crash against the shore. Words mean nothing anymore. So frightened and insecure. Heel prints on the door. I'm clear to one so pure. Another passage left behind. Unlock your mind. You were so. The dark season's coming back to me. Without a mention of its light. Disregard the soul is lost its way. A rotten apple will turn the light. Another worthless body thrown among the rain. I'll never shake hands with the ghost of that mistake. Another worthless body thrown among the rain. I'll never shake hands with the ghost of that House well with anger grinding but it seems through her worthless body thrown among the rain. I'll never shake hands with the ghost of that mistake. Another worthless body thrown among the rain.
Is that another box?
Does this ever stop?
It's either me, or the toys, or the toys, or the toys, or the toys, or the toys.
Welcome to the My Wife is Going to Kill Me podcast.
The podcast where me and my friends talk about the number one thing that makes our wives want to kill us.
Toy collecting!
Transform and roll out. Transform and roll out. Transform. That's America's ass. And roll out. Transform. Roll out.
M-W-I-G-T-K-M, my wife
Is going to kill me.
M-W-I-G-T-K-M, my wife
Is going to kill me.
Obi-Wan Kenobi. Oh, wow, you are dumb. All right, man's man, we'll see you on the flip-flop. I tend to lash out to protect my loved ones.
Travis.
At least he's just giving it the old whoppity top.
It just keeps growing.
And it's good stuff.
Oh, shoot.
Jeremy.
Don't encourage him. I hope the cat pisses on you.
You're reading again, aren't you?
I like everything, so just tell me stuff.
Steve.
I'm being misrepresented here. You got no power over me, you harpy.
Did you put a period at the end of that statement?
M-W-I-G-T-K-M, my wife
Is going to kill me.
M-W-I-G-T-K-M, my wife
Is going to kill me.
Let the good times roll.
everybody. Welcome to episode 352 of the My Wife is Gonna Kill Me podcast. We are back with a big show today. I mean big because, you know, there's a lot of people here, and we've got some fun stuff to talk about. It's going to be a real humdinger. A real humdinger. I am Lord Steve Bisciotti. With me today are the three best co-hosts a host could have. Jeremy DeWitt is here. How you doing, Jeremy?
Pretty good.
Travis Bowles is here. How you doing, Travi?
I'm alive.
And Pete McCarthy, half of him is here.
Broke down to 120. Boom.
120, my ass.
I am down 120 pounds. I am not down to 120. Let's specify there. I'll clarify that.
Congratulations on all the effort you put in for that.
You know, that would be funny if I didn't already tell everybody and brag to everybody how I.
Oh yeah,
cheated
you
my
say
ass
that,
off.
you say that, but then you're like, everybody congratulate me because I'm down 120 over modern medicine.
I'm happy for you.
I'm not happy for him. I'm jealous.
Same.
Fucker.
I just think it's absolute bullshit that the only reason there's somebody on that side of the table is because there's two guests. Those fat motherfuckers over there that refuse to change their lives stick the two skinny guys with the guest every fucking time we have one. They slide it between the skinny ones because we don't care about our families or our lives enough to do anything about it, even if it is cheating.
So there he goes, preaching.
Shit's got to balance out, man.
He's preaching.
You take off 120, got to put 120 on somewhere.
Yeah.
All right, we've got guests today. I'll introduce them. First, great guy I've known for a little while. Joshua, right?
Justin.
Justin Aquafina
From the Sunshine State, Arizona.
from Arizona has joined us today. Justin, if you're going to talk into this. If you're going to talk. Yeah, I thought you were leaning in. If you lean into his, that's fine too.
This is to help Travis out too. It's Aquila.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Aquila.
Why is your family stupid and they trained you wrong?
Yeah, Italiano.
All Travis heard was tequila?
Yeah. How do you say it again? Aquila.
Aquila.
Aquila and the Bee. I saw that movie. I didn't.
I'm gonna try, but don't.
No, that's fine.
Yeah.
I don't know if I never actually told you. Aquila? That doesn't sound like that's that hard.
Travis was like, this is my good friend Justin, whose last name I've never asked to pronounce correctly because we're that good of friends.
And returning guest of the show, my good friend Brandon Nolar.
Close enough.
Yeah.
Probably the nicest thing you've been called.
Yeah. I'm sure Nicole's calling me stuff right now.
Cody's obviously here, manning the chat.
They said Jeremy's mic is low.
Oh my God! Well, maybe he didn't speak into it.
Is it better if I do this?
Probably. You're right on the mic. It sounded really good in my ear holes.
Well, it's gonna be. We got to share.
You can turn it though.
I miss
you
it when you
grab
guys
it
don't do a
and
show.
do
Oh, by
this.
the way, I'm going to critique you when you do.
Just touch all over it and make noises
Yes,
like you do.
that's great. That's what. Yes.
Click a pen the whole episode, or
I'll tell you what, guys. I know everybody's aching to wonder what's been going on with me for a couple of weeks, because I mean, I'm the only one that brings any content to the show. It's been rough, guys. Bad luck. String of bad luck at the Bisciotti house. I talked last time about my car shopping days and my trying to get a vehicle and everything else. And I think last we left off where we bought a car for Claire, a nice little Hyundai Elantra from a guy in a trailer park.
I like cilantro.
From Luis?
I don't know his name, but it was probably something like that.
No,
it was
that
a piece
was-
of
I
notebook paper that just said title in green
That was
crayon.
Steve's car.
That was Steve's
Steve's car.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Steve's been
But
buying a lot of cars.
Also, Claire's car was bought from that same ethnic
as my car.
Okay.
Is that what you're talking about? That's where you said Louise,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You're talking
Yeah.
Well, he asked me if his name was Louise. Remember the guy that just told me to roll down the window? Roll down the window, man.
Yeah.
It's not that guy. It's another guy that's like, man, you can take a drive for if you want. It's that guy.
You bought a
Two
car
different
from
guys.
Speedy Gonzalez. Amazing.
Two different guys. Well, that car lasted exactly 2 days.
Wow. How much did you pay for it?
$3,100, $2,400 of which Claire had saved up.
Oh.
So I helped her. We helped her with the rest. So she gets her car. We bring it home. I drove it home from Holland, which is about now. It's Matt Rodriguez territory, about an hour away. Great.
No, that's not a coincidence. Rodriguez territory. You want to take the car for a ride, man?
Well, you have to tell the story on how she didn't. She was nervous about choosing a car, so she's like, "Here, Dad, like you take the money and you choose the car."
Right. Right. And I stepped up.
Puts all her trust in her father.
What could go wrong?
I stepped up. I test drove it. I kicked the tires. I did all the things. I
Sounds
checked
like you
the
did a
oil.
bang-up job.
AC worked.
Dad of the year.
Everything. Drove it home from Holland. It was great. It was a good car. I thought, why am I getting this? It's such a nice car. I wonder why they're selling it so cheap.
How did the AC work when Claire was walking home?
Well, so I'm at work, and I've told everybody here that I started a new job, and I'm third week. I just completed my third week of work at my new job. So I don't have any time off. It's not like, it's at the new job stage where you just can't just leave work. And so the first day that they have the car registered, ready to use, Courtney's flying out of town to visit her birth mom that, tragically gave her up because she didn't want her when she was young. And so she went to go see her, and I guess now she wants Courtney. I guess now it's okay.
Well, the hard work is done.
Yeah, you wanna be involved in between the diaper stages, like in between Pampers and Depends. You want to get some time in.
So at 46, when your child is 46, that's the time to step up, be a mom. So
Did Mom pay for her to come out there?
hell no.
Fuck.
She was young and she was going through some shit. Steve, come on.
Some
It's
shit
taken
was
her
going.
46 years to get her act together.
So Courtney's on her way with Claire. Claire's driving her to the airport with her new car when at the Spring Lake exit, which I know means nothing to those listening at home, but to hear at the table
I'm glad
makes
you
a little
said it.
sense. Courtney looks down and goes, "Huh, wonder what that light is." And Claire looks at it and goes, "Oh, that's an overheating light. Maybe we should pull over." And they're like, "Nah, let's just keep going to the next exit."
Did the truck have did the vehicle have the user's manual still?
I don't know, possibly. I don't remember.
I just know maybe they looked up the light in there. It was like, your husband is not mechanically inclined. Like, that's what that light means. Like, he should have done better.
The light wasn't on when I bought it. There was no lights on. In fact, I commented, I'm like, $3,100. This car is almost immaculate. It has no rust, no lights on. Everything works. Why is it so cheap? And so I'm at work, busting my ass, trying to impress my new boss. And all of a sudden, Courtney calls me, and I'm like, "Shh, God, I can't talk to you right now. Don't you understand? I've just got this new job," so I stuff it back in my pocket. Courtney calls again, and I'm like, "Come on, Courtney, you're being annoying. Just stuff it back in my pocket." Courtney calls back a third time. I'm like, "Son of a bitch, someone died." So I answer the phone. She's like, "We're stuck on the side of the highway. The car just overheated." And I'm like, "What? The car we just bought?" "Yeah, it's overheated, and I exited, and then it shut off, and now it won't start." And I'm like, "Well, an overheated car shouldn't shut off. Unless it's really overheated." And I don't know why it wouldn't start again, because she's like, "We walked to the store, got some antifreeze, and tried to put some antifreeze in it, but it's full." And I'm like, "Oh, great." So I look at her, and I go, "Courtney," actually, I looked at my phone, and I said, "Courtney, you're a strong, independent woman. You're stunning and brave. I just got a new job. You got this. I'll see you when I get home. But I got to get to the airport." "I know, but what can I do? You're stunning and brave. You're a strong female. Take care of this shit. Right?" And then my boss says, "Quit being a dick and go get her." So I jump in the Pontiac Vibe, the one that my wife makes fun of.
Tries by,
but drives wonderfully. So I jump in the Pontiac Vibe and I go to the rescue.
Doesn't giggle when it hits bumps.
Go to the rescue. I get there. I say, turn the car over, and it makes a noise that isn't good. It makes the noise of an engine that has no compression. And I'm like, this isn't good.
For a father that has no compassion.
So I'm like, all right, girls, get in the car. We got to get Mom out of here. We got to get her on her vacation so I can handle all the shit. Got to get you let's get you to Grand Rapids and get you on your plane, and I'll take care of all the stuff at home.
Well, it's a good thing you sold your awesome Jeep and switched to a Pontiac Vibe so you could send your wife on vacations. That's super nice.
So we go.
So alpha.
So it's the most alphiest alpha thing I've ever heard.
I don't think you understand.
You are right. We do not.
We don't.
She was on vacation when you sold the Jeep.
Yes.
Yeah.
And on vacation when I bought the Vibe.
But I don't understand.
And he still
Has
has a
anybody
motorcycle.
seen my nicotine before I become a real fucking
Could
prick?
be 8 Pontiac Vibes.
Right. Oh yeah, you still do have the motorcycle.
Well, yeah, dude.
Yeah.
The only thing left in his life that makes him feel like a man.
Just teach
You know, my
Claire
brothers-
how to drive the motorcycle.
My brothers wouldn't like it if I got rid of,
I don't see it. Do you think you left it up?
Yeah, just so you know, he can talk about brothers all he wants. He crosses the street when a brother's walking down the sidewalk towards him. So don't fucking believe that.
He needs his.
Oh no, continue. I'll find it. It's got to be here somewhere.
So, I get my wife to the airport in the nick of time to get the airplane. I get back, take care of all the car stuff. To make it long story short, the car is toast. It's junk. It's going to go to the junkyard. The engine is completely kaputs. It's a $3,100 car that probably would take another about $7,000 to put an engine in, according to my mechanic. So, done. Another car out the door. Boom. So,
His mechanic treated him like every other woman that comes in there. Yeah, you got your muffler bearings are bad. It's leaking blinker fluid all over the place. Oh my God, $7,000?
I'm pretty savvy. I don't think the mechanics. The mechanics know that they can't bullshit me. All right. I used to be a 4-wheel drive guy. I know things. I know CV joints and how to change a U joint. Right. Anyway, so
It's one of the least fun jobs in the world, by the way.
Chris Kelly says, "Why did he sell the Jeep?" Plot hole. And he also said, "Maverick told me the Jeep was a repo."
no, I sold the Jeep because
Found it.
I sold the Jeep because I was getting a stipend from my previous job to pay for a car, which I lost when I moved into my second job, the job I just took. So I no longer wanted to make the payment on the Jeep, so I got rid of it. Here's the deal. So we go look at a car yesterday, another Pontiac Vibe for Claire.
Can I ask a real question?
A real question.
It's a real question. So Claire is extremely talented and very theatrical. I wouldn't call she is in drama, but I've never thought her of as somebody who is dramatic. Like, I could see that being pretty devastating for a teenage girl. Like, she saves up all this money, buys her first car, and it blows up 2 days later. Is Claire doing okay? I mean, that's gotta suck for her.
That's life. I told her.
Yeah, but we'll go back to my compassion joke from earlier, only it's not a joke because he's a piece of shit. I'll just message Claire. I'll have Amanda do it because that's
fine.
weird.
She's fine. She didn't have to do any of the work. She didn't have to worry about any of the stress of getting the car off the road, getting the car home, getting it taken care of, getting it to the junkyard. She didn't do any of that
Getting
bullshit.
to the dumper.
And then we go and get her another car yesterday. I think she's doing fine in the whole scheme of things.
And your phone's gonna ring. It just blew up.
Yeah.
She,
I can't call Mom because
how
she's
are
on the
you?
vacation you paid.
How am
Jeep
I?
money.
How am I? You know,
how are
I'm
you,
just your
Steve?
average, everyday man taking care of shit. Taking care of business.
Every day.
So
Like we
another
do.
vibe.
Another vibe.
Another vibe. Now this is a great
You
story.
know what the vibe of that house over there on his road is gay. It's the vibe I'm getting from this house. It's a bunch of gays.
We see this vibe on the internet, and it's in Spring Lake, right? Spring Lake in the ritzy area of Spring Lake, and this guy's got it, and you can just tell by the pictures he's taking of this car. He's zooming in on every scratch. I'm like, this guy is rich, and so then we look him up on the podcast or not the podcast on Facebook. Sorry, and he's an older guy. You know, he's probably in his 70s or something. Good, and I'm like. And Claire is downstairs sleeping while I'm supposed to go. We had a 10 o'clock appointment to go look at this car. And I go down there and I'm like, Claire, come on, let's go look at your car.
You know it's an old guy if he made an appointment.
She's like,
At 10 in the morning.
she's like, I don't want to get up and go look at this car. And I'm like, okay, well, it's a vibe. And if it's night, I went upstairs. Actually, I didn't do this. Courtney actually took care of Claire pretty hardcore this time. I thought it was awesome. I went upstairs and I go, well, Claire doesn't want to go look at the car. And Courtney's like, what? And I'm like, well, it's a vibe. If I go look at it, it's nicer than mine, then she's getting my piece of shit, and I'm taking this one. So if she doesn't want to at least get out of bed and go with me, then screw her. So Courtney marches down there, and she goes, Claire, get out of bed, or because if this car's nicer, your dad's keeping it. And she's like, oh. So she gets up. And she wanders her teenage mopey ass in the back seat of the car to go look at a car for her. What happened to the days when kids would be so excited to get a car that they'd be just bouncing off walls, but not these new kids. Something's fucking wrong with them.
My kid was excited.
Yeah?
Yeah. She wants to drive it, but, doesn't have the license, so.
It's just paperwork, man.
I know,
That's
right?
all it is.
Yesterday, she's like, you guys don't have to drop me off to work. I'll just drive the car by myself. I'm like, hell no.
I told Laura last night, I was like, because you guys were talking about Lily had a bad experience driving, and that was a little bit traumatic, and she's come back from that.
Yeah.
I said, you let Uncle Pete come over. I'll take her out for a spin, and we'll get her over those fears.
There you go.
We'll run every goddamn stop sign. We'll hit every rumble strip. We'll take out 2 mailboxes, and she'll be like, okay, we're good.
Yeah.
Because he drives fire trucks, so if he can do all that, I'm fine.
Boom.
I will break that.
So, Claire's in the back seat, and I'm like, all right, Claire, this is how we're going to work this. Do a little tag team. You're in drama. You know how to act, right? You got a little acting experience here. This is what we're going to do.
Act like you've been human trafficked.
This guy's an old guy. He's rich. Hopefully, he has daughters, and hopefully he's one of those dads that refers to his daughters as princess, and he wants to take care of them. He thinks they're all pure and stuff, even though they were probably getting railed when they were freaking teenagers by every guy on the street.
Wow.
All right.
Turns out the 70-year-old guy selling the vibe is actually a sugar daddy and thought Claire was payment. Things got a little weird. Things got a little weird.
I go, no, nobody wants to buy a car from a mopey ass teenager. I go, I need you to amp it up when you get there. I want you to be really smiley. I want you to be happy, be giggly, be like happy. And this is, by the way, even though you've already blown up a car, 2 cars actually, we're going to pretend this is your first car. It's your first car you've never driven before. We're going to stop at the bank. We're going to get some money. I'm going to draw out $5,000 because this guy is asking $49,500 for it. And I'm like, that if he's an old curmudgeon rich guy that won't budge on the price, we've got it. But I want you to take this envelope, take $500 out of it, give it to me, and I'll stick it in my pocket. You carry the envelope with the $4,500. When I freaking talk him down, then we're gonna say that you saved up $4,500 and it's all you have. If he says no, take the $4,500, I can pretend to lend you the money, your own money. Well, it's not really hers. We're helping her with this, so I'll pretend to lend you the money. I go, but you're going to tug at some heartstrings here, right? So I need you to be giddy, and I'm going to be like very uncharacteristically protective of you. I'm going to be like,
So you're not going to be used to this.
You're gonna act like this is your first car. I'm gonna act like I love you, and we're gonna get this deal made. We're gonna get this goddamn deal made.
This is going to be the best tag team anybody's ever seen from a father-daughter duo.
Dude,
composure.
Dude, you're not looking at the right taboo websites, but yeah.
Oh boy,
dude, we pulled it off. Claire put out a stunning performance. I did. I kept saying his first name. Hey Tom, I did a great place you got here on the lake here, Tom.
Looking good, Tom.
So,
Tom, what are you, 55, 56?
Well, you're right on the lake here. How's the wind in the wintertime, Tom? And he's like, well, I go down south. I'm like, really? Where do you go down south, Tom?
Hey,
and I'm like,
the only time he knows someone's fucking name.
Yeah.
I asked for it
when
to
he's
be
playing a game.
Yeah.
I'm pulling in the driveway, and I'm like, Courtney, look up his Facebook. What's this guy's first name? And she gives it to me at the last minute.
Tom, let me ask you a serious question. How do you feel about the flow out of that fire hydrant? Let's talk shop.
So like typical rich guy, he's got
help
this
you out. I
he's
know
got this
people.
beautiful house right on Spring Lake, and it's windy out, and he's this place is just too windy all the time. And I'm like, yeah, it must be real hard living here, Tom. This is quite a digs here.
I feel your pain, Tom.
You know.
I'm getting a Chris Farley vibe here.
So I
89 bounce off.
And
Yeah, the
he's,
same one. Mr.
he's
Tito's
selling the
did.
car. He's selling the car. He's like, look, you got brand new tires here, and I'm like, a brand new tire. That's a good thing. I just want my little girl to be safe. And Courtney's like, oh, Dad, stop it. I'm fine. You just, I mean, Claire.
Okay.
And we're tag teaming it hardcore, and it went down the best.
Please.
Me and
Your
Claire,
verbiage here is ruining it.
me and Claire were tag teaming this whole guy.
Okay, first off, that's terribly
not
inappropriate.
all guys, Tom.
Claire and I were tag teaming this old guy. Jesus, you fucking idiot.
So
Learn some grammar.
I knew we had him.
Past tense.
I knew we had him when he asked Claire what her name was, and she said Claire, and he goes, I have a granddaughter about your age named Claire. How old are you? And she's like 17, and I'm like, oh yes, blah.
Claire, are you doing the filthy things
We're
my
like-
granddaughter's doing?
We're so proud of our little Claire. So I go test drive it, and we come back, and I'm like, this is a pretty nice car. I think we should get it. I think we should try it. Of course, it could blow up tomorrow, but
Real quick, before you continue,
yeah.
give us a quick comparative analysis between the two vibes. Years, miles, like how much worse is yours than hers?
Mine is a 2007 with 133,000 miles. Hers is a 2009 with 150 some. So she has more miles on the car.
But it's newer.
But it's newer, and it's physically in better shape. Like, I have a fender that the paint's flaking off from. I have a repaired bumper that doesn't match the rest of the car. I've just got a lot.
Well, Mike, you've gone full white trash.
Yeah.
I have a cracked windshield.
So
She
proud
does
of you.
not.
He went
Finally
from,
embraced his personality.
yeah, full prude Jeep driver, doing the wave to everyone. Yeah.
Cody, let me ask you this. I'm going to sidebar.
Cody
you here for
rode
1
in it
second.
here.
I understand.
Okay.
Cody, you just recently bought a Tesla, and that was like a dream car for you. Like, you've always wanted a Tesla. You got a Tesla. So you say, hey, I got a Tesla. What's the first part of the Tesla that you brag on? Like, what's the first thing you tell people that your Tesla has?
Probably the self-driving.
Right. Oh, yeah, it's got the self-driving mode, right? I got the GT, I got the Sport, or whatever, right? You've got a nice truck. Somebody asked you about your truck. What's one of the features that you like to brag about on your truck? Maybe not brag, but just tell people about.
It's not a Chevy.
It's not a Chevy. Okay. Justin, what do you drive?
Subaru Legacy.
Subaru Legacy. Okay, so lesbian in the house. When people talk to you, like, hey man, hey, I was just looking at a Subaru like that the other day. Give me some good things about your Subaru.
All-wheel drive.
All-wheel drive. Okay. Steven, I got a Pontiac Vibe. Yeah, tell me about it. It's actually a Toyota. Same drivetrain. I was like, that's the most pathetic vehicle brag ever. Like, well, I know it says Pontiac Vibe, but it's actually a Toyota. Same drivetrain, 300,000 miles.
For you,
This guy's got a self-driver. This guy doesn't have a Chevy. This guy's got all-wheel drive. Yeah, mine's actually not what it says on the back hatch.
for one
I was
thing,
impressed. I was impressed.
For one thing, you superficial people. When I look at something that I want to invest in, whether it be a wife, a car, I look at what the structure is, the bones down, the deep.
I was looking at the hoods and the trunk of his wife's structure last night in the pool.
You were not alone.
You know what I mean?
The people in my life,
Not alone.
the people in things in my life,
I don't think cleavage describes that. They're big
beautiful.
enough.
They're
They
beautiful
need a
on the
third
inside.
syllable. Cleavage. You know what I mean? I'm sorry, Courtney's busty. I didn't. If that was a secret and I just told everybody, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to go public with that shit.
On the way here, Steve was like, actually back in 2007, before Tesla was creating cars there, that's where they created the Vibes, in that same factory.
True. I basically have a Tesla. I have one of the early Teslas.
Yeah.
Pretty sure those plants were all built new for Tesla. Whatever.
So therefore,
Steve was showing Cody his power seat. Look at this.
the things in
You got
people,
lumbar.
the things in people in my life may not look the best on the outside, but boy, do they have it where it counts.
God, you're a dick.
It does have a sunroof.
And that includes you people, right here.
Does it have a sunroof?
what do you mean by you
Or does it have a Sawzall hole with Lexan screwed over the top of it?
So we go for the ride. We get out, and I'm like, "Oh, pretty good unit you got here, Tom. What do you think?"
How big are your balls, Tom?
So Claire and I get done tag team, and Tom, we're like, "Hey, it's a nice unit you got there."
They feel like oranges.
So
You work out, Tom?
so I go.
Got a big old house, got a home gym in there. It looks like it. You
go,
don't skip leg day.
I go, Tom, where you at with this? You got some wiggle room on the price here? And he goes, well, what kind of wiggle room you thinking, Steve?
Hey, a wiggle.
And I'm like, well, here's the deal. My little Claire.
Who's the same age as your granddaughter.
He goes. Here's the deal. My little Katie. I thought her name was Claire. My little Claire.
My little Claire. She's been scooping ice cream, not working the streets like your granddaughter.
Yeah, don't brag about those physical skills, you fucking idiot. Jesus.
She's been scooping ice cream for 3-4 years now, Claire. How long you worked at Norm? She's like, 9 since I've been 14, Daddy. She does a little giggle. She does a little giggle, a little smile. I'm like, you're working up the little kid thing, the little cute girl? Yes. Use that shit. It's the only thing you got in life.
Except for when she said Daddy, Tom started to salivate and Steve got real uncomfortable.
And I said,
hopefully Tom doesn't watch this show. That'd be weird.
I said, Claire, tell Tom how much money.
Already made the sale.
Tell Tom how much money you've saved up. And she goes, I've only got $4,500. And Tom's heart melted, and he goes, well, Claire, you just bought a car.
And then she goes, for 43?
Right.
So we went over there, and
buy ice cream afterwards.
he signed the title. And this is the best part. He says, he's writing on there, and he says, hey, none of you guys work for the the DMV, do you? And I go, no. And he goes, I'll just leave that blank. You write whatever you want in there. And I go,
fuck you, Uncle Sam.
I go, thanks. I go, thanks for. I said, thanks for doing that. And he goes, I can't remember. Oh shit, I'm gonna fuck it up. But anyways, he says, I trust you guys. It wasn't as good as I thought it because I fucking forgot what he actually said. But he said he trusted us, which I thought was hilarious. 'Cause I was like,
After you swindled them.
Yeah.
I don't know if I swindled him, but it was a good experience. It was a great
Tag teaming.
And now recorded tax fraud.
Yeah.
Well, we have not done anything yet.
Oh, no. What he was saying he was going to do was he was going to fill in the original car because, the guy did him a solid.
He's an honest guy.
He feels like the state needs a little extra money, so he's going to fill in the $49.50.
No, he's going to fill in the original price of the Vibe new, so $7,500.
They'll let you know because that's what you pay on your plates. The original.
So I did a very bonehead thing. I bought a new car back in January, and they didn't put the value on it, so we'll not say what I put on there for the value fields. But then when I went to go register the plates, it was like January 6th, and I wrote down January 6th, 2024 instead of 2025, and they're like, either you have to get new paperwork for the guy that is in Mexico, or you have to pay the late fee for the full previous year. I had to pay that full previous year just because I wrote a 2024 instead of 2025.
What a fucking stickler.
Yeah.
And I do want to.
They wouldn't let me change it in front of them.
I do want to walk it back real quick. Not a lesbian. I just remembered Legacy's not a hatchback. It's a standard sedan. He's straight as an arrow. So.
Yeah, Legacy's cool.
All right. He likes the fist.
Yeah.
At least according to his vehicle choices.
I'm so glad. I'm so glad that Steven told that story that way because when I give you guys a synopsis in Steven's style of my entire 10-day anniversary trip, it's going to be fucking amazing. So,
is there enough time?
No.
To be continued next week.
Chapter 1.
Tom walks inside and he's like, I just sold these morons that for $4,500.
But Tom, we just paid $31 for that last week at the auction.
The one that overheated, yeah.
You didn't make up a fake granddaughter again, did you, Tom?
We got Tom good.
Tom's an old.
You got Tom.
He's a veteran. He saw it coming.
Nah. Anyway.
Nobody puts 50 on a price if they're not willing to negotiate. Nobody says $49.50 firm.
Yeah.
You know?
I agree with that.
He would have gone 5 firm if he was going to go firm. We would have been 45 firm. 49.5, he wanted to play. Wanted to play the game.
Hagglers.
He wanted to be tag team.
Yeah, he wanted to be double teamed by Steve and Claire.
I don't know. He's acting like Claire had to act too. By the way, like Claire is like a sweet.
She's
little
absolutely
bubbly-
precious. She's absolutely precious. You just can't see it because you're an asshole.
You're dead
And not like a regular asshole, like one you see on those fetish sites, the big gaping ones.
Yeah.
The ones that they pour Fruit Loops in?
Yeah. The one where you're looking like, it looks like a normal asshole, and then a Nerf football falls out, and you're like, nope, not a normal asshole. That's a Steve asshole.
There's a freaking
That's a
athlete.
full-size Nerf, not
Yeah.
the little one.
Yeah,
too.
no,
Just for perspective, that's full-size.
And not Brady deflated. It was fully inflated.
And it was one of those ribbed ones that supposedly threw farther.
Yeah, exactly.
Spiral.
The spiral.
The ones that go.
Yes.
Yeah, and it whistled.
The whistlers or whatever.
What's that whistling sound?
That-
Holy fuck, do you have one in your ass?
Guilty.
I wish I could whistle.
I could never throw those motherfucking things.
Dude, that toy is solely responsible for so many fat losers thinking they could play sports. hey, Mom, you see how far I threw that football? Yeah, you're an offensive lineman if you're lucky. Shut up. Fat load.
I could throw a normal football, could not throw that.
Yeah, I can't throw a normal football. I can throw a fit, but
Yeah.
that's about it.
A Honda Fit?
Jeremy, what's new with
Is
you?
go.
I don't even know. I don't ever have nothing fun to say, man. We had Father's Day. That was fun.
We established that you like Nerf footballs.
I do like Nerf footballs. So you get the whistling from the behind.
Did you get spoiled for Father's Day?
So I got the Metallica Load box set, and it has like 4 million CDs and DVDs and like a book and albums and fucking guitar picks, and it's just fucking nutty. And yeah, it's pretty awesome.
So I gotta ask, are you the Metallica guy that only likes the old stuff, didn't like their load, reload? Or you like them all?
He's a huge Saint Anger fan.
Oh,
Huge.
There was a couple good songs. One or two that I liked. I didn't listen to it all.
So I didn't grow up on the old shit. I was the Enter Sandman kid.
Yeah.
And I got
Was the Enter Sandman kid. Steve's entire
if he's
dry
not
ass
talking,
story.
he's making
It
noise.
would have been better if he was pulling out cookies or something. It was Oreo cookies out of the wrapper. And
Boring.
that might become a thing now.
I was the Enter Sandman kid, but it got me into like their old shit. So then I loved all that early stuff, learning it all on guitar and stuff. So my first album by them that actually came, like I went there to buy it on the day it came out, was Load.
Load, yeah.
And then it was like, oh, that's a little different, but I mean, no, I don't scoff at it. I learned how to play a lot of fucking guitar stuff from that album, and it's got a special place in my heart.
No, I like Load and Reload.
Load
and,
is
and
that
the old stuff.
What's the? I'm trying to think. That's Fuel and Unforgiven
King of
2.
Nothing.
King
That's
of Nothing.
Reload. So
Wait, Fuel is Reload.
yeah,
Unforgiven 2
Yeah.
was on Reload.
Yeah,
Memory
both of those
Remains.
are-
Is that Load or Reload?
That's Reload.
Okay.
So Load had like Until It Sleeps, King Nothing, the country song.
Okay.
I don't know, some other ones. Ain't My Bitch, 2x4.
Yes. Yep.
Probably the better one of the two in my opinion. But yeah, I don't know. It was just really.
I don't know. I'm a big fan of their cover of Whiskey in a Jar on Garage
Yeah,
Sessions.
pretty fun too. So good. Garage Sessions is very good.
So yeah, Laura got me that, and then the kid got me some new headphones. I finally have ones that aren't falling apart and leaving black shit all over my ears.
For
Which
like
is one of these.
like for your recording studio stuff, right?
Yeah, just
Okay.
yep. I've been asking for, or I've just been bitching about needing some for a while, and my old ones just kind of cover part of my ears, and these are all open. Yeah, they're pretty nice. So
Cool.
yeah, Father's Day was a success.
Do you think you'll get music out quicker now that you can't blame your headphones?
Not at all.
Okay.
Nope. That's a me problem.
Yeah.
But
I
at least
know.
I'll be able, when I listen to it, it'll be nice.
It sounded great in my headphones, but then on my phone it was kind of tinny, so I changed this. But now in the car, it's not balanced. Jesus Christ, Jeremy, put it on Spotify and shut the fuck up.
Yeah, and then I fucking play something on fucking TikTok for some people, and the guy immediately goes,
The bass frequencies in that song just sound like they're in the background.
Hey, put your fucking keyboard
Fuck
down
you!
and bring your grandma fucking cream soda and shut up. She's just upstairs waiting, you dick face.
"Fuck off, man! I was cheap."
You know what I did on Father's Day?
Oh, okay.
Went and picked my wife up from the airport.
Did she have a good trip?
Wonderful trip.
Francisco says no Switch 2.
I don't have money for that shit, Francisco, but I would definitely take it as a gift.
What are those running?
Probably like what, 5?
Yeah, I was gonna guess 6.
I don't know what do you pay for a stupid not Steam Deck?
Is there some battery issue with those?
$500.
No.
Okay, about $500. I don't know.
Thought I was
$450
reading.
for
People always
the.
bitch about
I
that.
can't wait to spend $500 on
The
something
one
I can
without
play on
the
an NES.
bundle.
I got at a
you
fucking
get Mario
garage
Kart
sale.
with it. 500, I think.
Yeah, I'll get one eventually, but I'm gonna wait for it to.
Steam
I
Deck.
don't know.
Shut
be
up.
less buggy or something. Yeah, but Steam Deck doesn't have Mario and Zelda and Metroid, and that's pretty much all I play. So Castlevania is it might have Castlevania, but I don't have a lot of time for games.
What is a Steam Deck?
Portable. It's basically a portable computer.
It's what
so
I
it's
took
like
last
it looks
night.
like a Nintendo Switch, but it's your computer games, PC games.
There's my
Cleveland
Steam
Steamer.
Deck. Yeah, Cleveland Steam Deck.
There's 3 out now. There's 2 competitors out for the Steam Deck. Republic of Gamers does one, and which is Asus, and then there's another one dropping. Lenovo, I think, is dropping one.
And those run about the same as a Switch?
No, fucking $350 for a Steam Deck, and you have access to 1,500 times more games than you do on the Switch.
But no Mario.
But no of the games that are.
But no Zelda.
Yeah,
no
so I get that.
Metroid.
Well, yeah, fun playing Fallout on your fucking Nintendo Switch, you goon.
I don't play Fallout.
Yeah, I know because you bought Far Cry because you're
But
fucking.
plus,
stupid.
that Donkey Kong game looks pretty tits.
Yeah, that does look fun. All right. Anyway.
Yep.
What are we doing?
Travis,
Got any good stuff to talk about?
anything to talk about, fella?
The boys are here because we had a little pool party yesterday.
Pool party.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, my Father's Day was great. Thanks for asking.
You're next.
We said anything else. That's
I
for everybody.
I had a great time at the pool party. How was your Father's Day, Pete?
One of my kids didn't call me.
Oh.
First time in my history being a father that not all my kids called and wished me Happy Father's Day.
Which one?
Chloe.
Of course, she got her own family now. She
Absolutely
realizes,
devastated. So,
She realizes that
but I guess I'll be okay someday.
Yeah, Sienna just stopped coming over. All I get is a text that says "Father's Day!" exclamation point.
Well, I'm sure all she gets on her birthday is a text from you that says "Boy's Day" with an exclamation point. I'm
Yes,
kidding.
but I also give her a gift. She used to
kidding.
come by and be like, "What do you want for breakfast?" And nope, all I get is maybe at like 4 in the afternoon. Father's Day.
I got a FaceTime from I got a FaceTime from my youngest at like 9 a.m. And then around 2 or so, I got a text from Pearson. That was when he got out of bed. And then around 4, I heard from Olivia, and I never heard from Chloe. So it was a tearful Father's Day.
Have you talked to her since about this and how it made you feel?
No, because I'm not Steve. I don't talk about my feelings.
Push him down.
Just bottom up.
Push him down.
Down with the brown.
Yeah.
I sent you a picture, Cody. Travis's people working for him while we're hanging out at the pool party.
Uh-oh.
Don't tell.
Do I have clothes on?
No, you're fine.
Okay.
It's not you. There you go.
It's tired to help, man.
This is Matthew Rodriguez.
Come to clean your pool.
Cleaning the pool, man.
Hey, he took time away from packaging up boxes to come spend some time with us.
Oh, don't say that. They'll
Yeah.
get upset.
I know, people are going to be pissed.
Didn't get it. I was at a pool party.
Yeah.
Cody, I'm going to send you a picture, and all you have to do is just put it up. The stipulation is you have to put it up. Deal?
Yep.
Okay. I got an announcement to make.
Oh.
Did Chloe just text you Happy Father's Day?
No.
This is why she did not.
I said yes. Cody and I are going to be very happy together. I was totally surprised.
How did you guys even get there?
Cody, within a few minutes of you being engaged, I had the picture. I sent it out, and within 10 minutes, I got a hey, I need you in a pose like her, preferably shirtless. Travis snapped a photo standing next to the pool. I sent it back. 10 minutes later, I had that. That has been cooking for weeks.
That's hilarious.
That is a Francisco Ramirez special. So, and I want to share a couple others real quick, Cody, because it was such an amazing day.
Congratulations again.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Who's the bottom?
You'll be sorry.
Who is the bottom?
Power bottom. He is.
Power.
Must be power.
Ugh. Oh my gosh.
Okay, Cody, come in your way.
Yeah, you missed an hour of Steve giving me shit last week.
I wasn't giving you shit. I was
Why?
I just asked one simple question that
Why did you propose this
you
to
couldn't
Peter?
answer. What's the point?
No, I said. And
When people ask you about Peter, what do you say?
There's a couple of more. Just another view. So this is all Francisco.
When the guy you've been grooming for 3 years proposes, but to another guy.
The fuck?
And one last one from Dominic, who I also sent this to. Right in the middle of a con. Beauty and the Beast. Be our guest.
Is that like a ring?
It
looks like a peach ring.
A very long, big one.
Yeah, peach ring.
Peach ring, okay.
A peach ring.
Because Jeremy, you look so excited.
I know. I look good in that dress.
I know. I want to fuck you.
Whoa. You can put the peach ring on my little wiener.
So I wasn't here last week. Sincerely, congratulations, man. I'm so pumped for you guys and
Thank you very much.
super excited.
Oh.
This is my last Sunday.
Yeah, because historically that's exactly what wives want is more time with their husbands when they get married. So
No, they want control.
He was talking about getting me to fucking learn how to run this thing this morning, so.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So there you go.
He's got till the wedding and then he's out.
I just sent you a link to a YouTube video that we're hopefully going to need sound for, Cody. If you could.
Yeah, give me a second. You
Yep.
guys can.
Well, let's talk about my anniversary trip.
Let's talk about it.
Jesus Christ. What is this?
Oh, damn. Shit's about to get real.
Because I'm way better than Steven, I planned a little trip for the wife for our 20-year wedding anniversary, and we had a lot of fun. I will tell you that I'm not a big fan of downtown Indy during a Pacers finals game. That was fucking bonkers. But I learned how to do a lot of cool things. I did a floral arrangement class because, again, super alpha like Steve. I made my own candles. I named my own personal scent Life Sentence, but SCENT because I'm hilarious.
Like you should buy a Subaru.
We did some art and had a great time. Swam with otters. And
like gay dudes?
No, like actual otters.
Oh.
Yep. So saw giraffes, actual giraffes, not just gay dudes.
Gay dudes.
Gay dudes.
Otters are cute as shit.
Yeah, they were absolutely adorable. So
I've seen otters do some serious damage, though, and it was a little...
Are we still talking about animals, or?
my wife was scratched
So
to
have I.
shit
Yeah.
coming out of that pool.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, not like just superficial, like when you like itch yourself.
So, Steven,
but it looked bad, huh?
Just her boobs.
Ish and shoulders because they climb up on top of you in the pool and shit. But yeah, they were adorable.
Where was this at?
Ethel, Louisiana. So we went from Louisiana to Mississippi to Tennessee to Indianapolis. Then we did our last 5 days in Indy. So
Can you tell me, because I saw a picture, you posted a really cute picture of one of these creatures climbing up on her. Was this like in someone's pool at their house?
no, it used to be called Barn Hill Preserve. They just recently split up. There was two of them, one in there and one in Delaware, and they split on there. It's called Magnolia Wilds.
Okay.
They have we did a whole wagon safari adventure and a whole petting experience. And then we hung out with capybaras. It was like a whole kind of zoo thing. It was very fun. Not cheap, but it was very fun.
Yeah. So I looked at it, like I saw the picture, and I'm like, man, is this just somebody that's like, I want otters, and I'm gonna make some money?
Yeah. No, it's a legit thing. So, but it's in the middle. I mean, I've never driven through like in that part of Louisiana before. It was backwoods for sure. Yeah. So
Curtis says, I'm convinced the only reason Pete did any of that stuff for his anniversary is to show he's a better husband than the other guys.
10 states, 10 days.
Let's say me and Laura just had our 21st, even though we're not married, and I took her out for Mexican.
And then he treated her to Mexican later.
Yeah, when she had to clean the toilet when he was gone.
Damn it.
I don't really. I would not.
Tough to beat Mexican.
I would not even try to contest that Pete is probably a better husband when it comes to that kind of stuff.
I would never be able to plan something like that out and pull it off.
He has a lot to make up for.
So it was
the
entire 10 days was an absolute surprise to her. She knew when we were going to be gone. That's all she knew. Did not know where we were going or what we were doing.
Awesome.
We did a private glass bowling class. That was super fun.
I would do that shit and I'd be like, check it out, Laura, an arcade.
we went to the 16-bit arcade in Indy and had a drink before dinner. We did a couple of fancy dinners. We did a kinky Airbnb in Tennessee, which that was for me. But no, it was a ton of fun. Very relaxing. Listened to a ton of true crime podcasts. So shout out Small Town Murder. Super fun. And we listened to that. And no, we had a great time. It was relaxing. We did a ton of shit, but it was also very relaxing. Ate in that revolving restaurant on the 20th floor. That was kind of cool. But one of the parts that was not necessarily planned but ended up working out was our boy Dangerous Dusty Lee turned to the big 5-0, and his wife was throwing him a surprise party, which she told him about. So it wasn't an actual surprise because, let's be honest, look at Dangerous Dusty Lee, and he might have just gone ballistic had he gotten surprised. So it's probably a good thing he didn't go on a rampage.
He's a tough fella.
So I decided, because we were about an hour and a half from there, and we had an opening on Saturday where we got done with our glass blowing at noon, but we couldn't get into our Sabaris until 6. So we made the trek down and showed up, and he was super surprised. It was super fun. It was absolutely cool to be able to go down there and do that. Got him a little gift, and
was it a candle?
It was not a candle. It was specifically a children's book on how to draw animals, with a paperclip hooked to the horse page, because a little old lady insulted his ability to draw horses at Mesquite-Con. So it was just a $15 shot is what it was. But no, so it was super cool to see them and whatnot. But Dangerous Dusty Lee has got something he would like to say. So Cody.
Yep.
Oh, baby. Oh, baby.
Speaking of arcades.
That's in his house.
So Stephen Bestiality thought he'd show us all a little training video. Brother, watching you try to get on my level is like watching the last 10 minutes of The Notebook. It's just sad and nobody wants to see it. You see, I'm built like 5 noble lines that merge together to form Voltron, defender of the universe. And you're built like 5 Billy Beiges merged together to form a jackass. And you want to talk about how you're the hero in all of this? That's like a Marvel Eternals action figure. Ain't nobody buying it. You're just a bully that likes to pick on kids, pretty ladies, and the good people of Sweden. I mean, Ice out here treating foreigners better than you do. So on November 8th, all the fans of the show and a few good people in Sweden want you to bring that short bus body of yours on up to Legion's Con, because the water weasel is going to get a whooping and whipping it, daddy, and Dangerous Dusty Lee's going to be holding the paddle. Oh, and don't worry, I called CPS on your ass, so them kids ain't going to have to put up with you much longer.
The paddle said bitch on it. Oh, whooping and whipping. I've watched that 14 times, and every time.
Oh God!
Cannot wait.
Oh,
Too good.
You bitchy ass. Is that it?
Stephen Bestiality. So far, he's been Stephen Bukkake and Stephen Bestiality.
Yeah. It's kind of fitting with the shirt he's wearing today.
Yeah.
You are going to have to bury him in this arm wrestling match because he is fucking murdering you
So
in the
bad.
promo.
So bad.
It's embarrassing.
He's killing you like all those people on that Small Town Murder podcast. So.
Oh gosh, dang. 5 Will Whites
put together to form a jackass. He's 5.
Easy trash.
He's 5 majestic lions that forms Voltron, and Steve is 5 Billy Bases that form a jackass. By the way, Billy Bays cut himself.
Yeah.
So.
Oh my gosh.
Like low-key, one of my favorite parts of his last promo is just straight up calling him Jack. Like that's old school wrestling. It's like, Jack!
Yeah.
And this time he says, Jackass!
Well,
what do you got to say?
I hope he's having fun now. Because in Whippany, he's not going to have fun.
Wicked burn, Steve.
I mean, that's a lot to take in. What just happened in that video? So, and he got to take the time to record it. So he's gonna come up with something good. I feel it.
Steve's like,
He's
how
just the wheel
am I going to
turning.
find more neighborhood kids to do another video?
Chris Kelly.
I gotta find a bunch
Short
of little
bus
people to beat up
body.
on in a video.
Short bus body.
Short bus body.
Take that short bus body.
Voltron.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Oh my gosh. All right, that's a show. Oh, yeah. You might have to think on that one, buddy. He is burying you.
Yeah, you're fucked.
And it's not a shallow grave next to the road that somebody's going to find. You're out in a fucking cornfield, homie.
Oh my gosh.
Go ahead and take this away.
Yeah, good call.
Been clicking that knife the whole time.
Wow.
Dangerous Dusty Lee.
Dangerous Dusty Lee.
I feel like Steve's a little impressed, but he doesn't want to admit it.
How could you not be?
Yeah.
As a bunker buster.
We'll see. Cheap talk only gets you so far. When the rubber meets the road, when he feels the force of me and all my 15 personalities press him back against that fatty arm of his, we'll see how he feels then.
Nate Strong says, Steve's like, AI, write me something funny.
Steve-O said Dusty's going to bury him deeper than Steve was inside his dog. As he's wearing his Dog Pound Pub shirt.
It's just a... Why are you... Like, I keep bringing up my shirt. It's just a shirt. It's just...
What's that say right down there, Justin?
It's just a shirt for you. It's just a
When the
tent to a
going
Cub
gets
Scout.
rough, we pound them.
Pound him.
Curtis Ackerman sent us a super chat. He wants to know if there's a customer service line to cancel his BOB membership card.
Oh.
Damn,
The
Dusty.
Dog Pounder.
I'm gonna need that video uploaded so I can watch it several times.
Oh yeah.
Wasn't that a link to her?
It's a YouTube video. Yep. So
video?
we'll post
So,
the
yeah.
link.
Good.
Damn. Dusty.
Just
Yeah.
crushing it.
Oh my gosh.
Good job.
Oh.
I will say, I get to his house, and I told you guys this last night, but I'll share this with the listeners. I get to the house. Nobody knows I'm coming because I wasn't sure I was going to be able to pull it off. So I walk up the steps on his back porch. He's out there with his brother, and he's like showing him flowers, like full on Travis shit, right? And
Was he naked too?
he was not naked. And I hear Ange, his wife, like through the kitchen window, go, "Oh my God, no way!" And I just keep walking, and I lean on the railing of the deck just next to Dusty. Dusty literally turns and looks at me, looks away, and then he kind of does. And just stares at me. So big old hug. Next thing you know, I'm in his house. There's 40 people in there, like his parents, brothers, cousins, all these people. And I'm in the toy room, and he's like, "Look at the Glios I just got." And I'm like, "Yeah!" So it was super fun. It was very, very cool.
So cool.
I was a little nervous, though, because there's a gas station near his house, and a GPS told me to take a left. I'm like, okay. And I look at this gas station, and I was like, that gas station has been on at least 3 episodes of Criminal Minds. I was like, that's like you go there to get a tire fixed, and your wife gets hacked to pieces. You know what I mean? Like it was spooky. But yeah, so.
Chris Kelly's got some good ones in here. When the rubber meets the road, that's my vibe. Stephen Biscotti.
Oh, shit.
One of those guys is gonna like break their arm, aren't they?
Yeah, I hope.
It's gonna be bad.
Those videos online.
But how awesome would it be, though?
Oh, great story.
Yeah, it's not us.
No, and yeah, we won't have to go to the hospital.
Hopefully the bone comes out like somebody in the front row gets totally Gallaghered with blood. You know what I mean? If it's arterial, it'll go 3-4 rows.
Maybe
You know?
merely a flesh wound.
Yeah.
I will say this. I still have faith in Steven because I have watched him arm wrestle a lot of people. And some of those people were people that I didn't think they could be beaten. I hate to puff him up because let's be honest,
he's bloated.
He's a little bit more might.
Yeah.
Do you want to elaborate on this? I feel like we all spend a lot of time together, and I have zero knowledge
I've never
of
seen
Steven.
him arm wrestle.
Yeah.
Like I've seen him do push-ups with people on his back,
Yeah.
but I've never seen him arm wrestle really anybody except for those poor kids in that video.
Ask Anthony Halseal how it feels to go up against.
You have 180 pounds on Anthony Halseal. How is that fair?
Right?
That's like me going out and having a sitting contest with Cody.
Okay.
Are there weight classes?
We're like the
just
same
lost
weight
the
now,
Cody.
Pete.
Huh?
Are there weight classes in arm wrestling?
I keep forgetting. I keep
I don't
forgetting.
know.
I don't think so. I don't think there should be.
I mean,
Greg challenges Jeremy to a smoke off. You already know you'll win, but I'll try.
That's a challenge Jeremy's not saying no to.
Yeah, I mean, I'll try it.
Is there a loser?
I mean,
really?
Yeah,
I mean,
everybody wins in that situation.
haven't you seen Over the Top? I mean, Stallone was quite a bit smaller than what's the bad guy's name? Hawk or
Yeah, but
Or is he Hawk?
No, he's Hawk. He's Lincoln Hawk. The problem is though, Steven, is they don't make trucker caps big enough to fit your head, and that's where his power came from. Everybody
Turning
knows
it
that.
backwards. That was what it was.
Oh.
We're gonna
Well-
talk about how Steve walked.
Meet
in
me
last night
halfway!
smoking a cigarette.
Dang. I forgot about he was smoking a cig last night.
He wasn't smoking a cigarette. He had a cigarette hanging out of his mouth. There's a difference.
Well, what's up with that? Who'd you meet outside? Who handed you the cigarette?
I just was on my way and it was time to light up. You know, you get in a habit where you get certain spots you got to light up. On a
So,
trip.
like, you have a pack of cigarettes?
Well, yeah.
I just assumed
No,
you
there
had
was one. There was one on the floor of the Vibe he bought from the Mexican.
He stopped. It rolled underneath.
Yeah.
Hey.
I mean, I had a pack rolled up in my sleeve,
Did you?
and I took a
Yep,
Cig
ship
out
it, doobie dap.
right there when I was getting out of the Vibe, and I just out of habit lit one up. You know. You know, when you're barreling down the roads on your Indian, and you
That's racially insensitive.
Yeah, wow. God damn it.
it's a motorcycle.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the one that was in your Vibe with you.
You know, and you're smoking, and you know, wearing your leathers, and being pretty badass.
Pull out
Steve's
a
into bondage.
Virginia Slim and
Yeah,
pop it in your
yeah.
lips. And,
A Mystic 120. There's nothing manlier than looking like one of the Village people. You're right, Steven. You are a macho man. A macho man, yeah.
I don't feel like I get enough credit, to be honest.
You get as much credit as you deserve.
Trend-setting as I am.
Steve was so badass. Not only did he show up smoking that cigarette, and fashionably late, of course.
Word on the street, he wasn't even going to show up.
Yeah, I think between
It wasn't that fashionable. He was wearing that like Antigua Island T-shirt he got for free that he wears every 3 days. So he wasn't that fashionably late.
He then did my second favorite entry into the pool, because Steve does not like cold water. He's not a fan of cold water.
It's shocking to the system.
Yes. And the water was only 79 degrees.
But the outside temperature was like 90. That's a big shock to the body.
Yeah, especially for guys like you with no insulation.
Steve jumped in the water and he came up and he was like, so cold.
His nipples cut the air.
Now, I will say that was my second favorite entry into the pool because Brian cannonballed into the shallow end.
That is true.
And now he's on crutches.
That was he did it very well. He did like this back flop thing, and I'm not shitting you, like this tidal wave. I'm not trying to be offensive.
Oh no,
Yeah,
it was a lot of ass on that.
Yes. Literally hit Heidi and Sarah full like a tidal wave, like just whoosh.
Didn't it? Someone said twice. It's like with the first initial, and then when I came back, the flash.
Oh, I can
it
see that.
splashed back.
Yeah, I can see that.
Oh, I thought I was dead.
I'm actually surprised you woke up. But
well, I was gonna jump in the deep end, but all the floaty shit was there. So I said, well, might as well go right there.
Might as well jump on the humans. Fuck them.
Might as well try to soak one of the most violent women I've ever met.
She was about to attack me last night because I went out I finally got some of the totes that Matt has been holding for me for like 6 months at his house. He brought them to me at your house.
Nice.
And so like I carry them out and then I'm coming back up and she's talking with Rachel, Matt's wife, and I go, "Bye, Rachel," and I just kept going. And I went in my head. I did think, I go, I wonder if that's going to come back to haunt me because I didn't say shit to your wife.
Yeah.
And sure enough, later on, she comes up and she's like, "You know, I was really mad, and I was going to say something. I was going to get really pissed off."
Wait, you were really mad because you're acting really mad right now.
She's very. I'm like,
so this isn't mad.
You currently appear mad.
She's like, "You said bye to Rachel, but not me," and I was mad. But then I realized that you weren't leaving, and I wasn't leaving, and Rachel was leaving, and it made sense. I'm like, thank fucking God.
You needed that on video. Holy shit.
We're walking out. Matt hands him the 3 empty totes, and they're clear, so you can clearly see that they're empty. He turns towards his vehicle, and I looked at Amanda, and I go, "Jeremy's so stoned, he thinks there's toys in there." And she looks, and she goes, "Oh my God, they're empty." And I said, "Yeah."
He's like, "These are heavy."
Lucky day for me.
Big score.
Look at all these grails.
Yep. Yep.
All right. Toy news?
Toy news.
Sure.
What you got for us, Jeremy? We need a little jingle for that. Toy news, toy news.
Hey, man, if we had a jingle guy.
Hanging out, guys with boobs. Yeah, you guys need to get yourself a jingle writer.
I know. Jeremy,
What? That already came up?
Jeremy's like, I'm.
Who said that?
That's quick as fuck.
Who said that?
Francisco.
Francisco.
Short bus. It's
Oh,
already
you
got-
beautiful
Holy
bastard,
shit.
Francisco.
That's on backwards.
We're not even mad your people sold Steve a lemon.
Oh, fuck.
Short.
Murdering
bus
you.
body.
Look how sad he is.
I hope he shows up to this fight wearing one of those padded helmets.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
I'm ready to go, Dusty.
If this keeps going on, we're just gonna only get emo Steve.
Steve-O.
Steven Box Cutter Biscotti.
I think that what's happened here is Dusty has just awoken a sleeping giant.
No. Keep going.
Sleeping giant.
He's half right. Guy's been sleeping. So
Oh, okay.
that seems.
Toy news for the guys with boobs. I like your style, Jeremy.
Thanks, man.
You're
Usually my
witty.
best stuff comes off the top of my head.
You're
so-
witty.
Hey, hence my last name.
He's old.
Jeremy
How was
DeWitty.
that one? That's definitely something. That's something as well.
That's interesting.
That's something. These are all new. Yeah.
New or old?
That's new.
$200. What the fuck?
This,
Is this the beginning?
Jesus.
Is
are you
it?
serious?
But there's
I
3
don't know. Let me
figures.
look at the
John.
shit I sent you.
What?
No,
like messing
yeah,
with the
no.
order.
So the first thing I sent you was the that 5 picture, the SDCC stuff. Or are you just gonna go backwards?
I'm trying to find the first one.
There you go. That's the one.
Poor Cody.
Oh, Chris says you win. Soon-ish.
Well, he got engaged. So
Okay.
It's all downhill from there.
So these are some NECA Online SDCC. Laura's telling me we need to talk into the mic. SDCC 2025 exclusives. There's some pre-orders. All of these are sold out, but I figure I should at least address them because, I don't know, they're toys. So you got some, like, beachy-ass Ninja Turtles. There's some... Yeah, there's a...
Is that Bride of Frankenstein?
Yeah, glow-in-the-dark version of her. Looking pretty nice.
I'm glad they're doing that because I'll wake up in the middle of the night and I'm like, "Where's my Bride of Frankenstein?" And I can I can find her every time, which is great.
Then it helps you
This
go
is
back to sleep.
Surfing Chucky, I guess. It says, "Hey, wanna lay?" That's pretty funny.
That is funny.
Apparently, that's from the 3rd movie. I honestly have only seen the 1st, so.
He doesn't come with a lay.
Hey, that's right. He doesn't. But yep. Then there's like a little tiki monster guy for the Ben Cooper figures.
Does anybody, Jeremy? I know those are kind of in your wheelhouse, but have you bought any of them? The Ben Cooper figures?
Laura has a shit ton of them.
Okay, that makes
Yep,
sense.
she-
Are those the ones that have the outfits? Like
Yep.
The kids? Yeah.
Yep.
I think I picked up.
Thanks, Laura, for
Batman
keeping them
and
in
Joker.
business and keeping them on our toy news.
Anybody else buying them? Is it Justin? You got one? Okay.
I probably would have grabbed some had she not. Right now,
Yeah.
we're looking for that Jaws one. That's looking pretty.
I
fucking
the
cool.
I get the nostalgia of it. The problem is I don't have that connection because I had a mom who loved me and I wasn't poor. So I had
Those were
You know what I mean?
expensive back in the day. They were the shit.
my mom made made awesome costumes.
I was
for me, you know what I
Woodstock
mean?
in like
Yeah.
kindergarten
Well,
or
they
some
had the
shit.
Gene Simmons.
So what you're telling us, you're bragging, you're flexing because you had to get made at home.
You got to spit it out. You got to
Your
get to the
mom.
point, couldn't you, Steve?
Fucking
You gotta get where you're going.
The store bought thing, so you were actually fucking poor.
Your brain's the one with the shell on it.
Okay, fellas.
Shut up, Richard.
Also, another San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. This is Jeff for Double Dragon by Syndicate Collectibles.
What are the red and blue guys' names?
Billy Lee and Jimmy Lee.
Okay.
And
I
this
couldn't
is-
remember if it was like 2 cool names and like, oh, it's Jeff.
Well, and I didn't. Yeah, I didn't know who Jeff was.
That is so good.
Apparently, he's in the arcade version of Double Dragon, so it's just a palette swap of the main guys and stuff like that. But anyway, it's fitting for an exclusive because he's just basically a repaint. But
Are the originals out?
I don't know if they've like hit people's hands yet or not, but it sucks too, man. Because I really want good Double Dragon
I was
figures,
saying, that
but
one looks good.
they are way expensive for what they are, and they just don't look the greatest. But
Do we have a Willy character yet?
we really do.
Oh,
Sorry, I had
that was.
That's a good joke. That's a little bit.
What is this, fucking Hiroshima? You're bombing.
Oh, okay. We went there. That was supposed to be a picture for the other one. So.
Jeremy gets upset. Like he had relatives there. So.
Oh no! You know what? That is new. Sorry, I'm an idiot. Well, I had the bride.
Cody
So,
just says, "Get fucked."
Get fucked, Jeremy.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hey, Cody, you thought get fucked.
Cody's at the point now where he's like, I'm gonna try and get fired from the job I'm not getting
Seriously,
paid
he's
for.
like, Jeremy, learn how to do this.
Yeah.
I'm getting married.
I could catch you having sex with my wife, and I would be like, "Oh, who can get past this, Cody? We need you. Like, you're not going
God
anywhere."
damn it! Fire me! You haven't even paid me yet.
Send me the video though.
So the NECA Toonie Terrors Series 12 Universal Monster figures. I'm gonna cough.
I'm gonna cough. Is that an exclusive?
Yeah, I'm gonna cough. So there's the Invisible Man here. Comes with, I don't know if it's 2 different faces, but his hat comes off.
Failed pretty hard.
So
I can
that's
see
fun.
that. I can see that shit.
We also have a really awkward looking bride. Like, ew, it's on me. Ew, you shot it all over my face. Oh my god. What the fuck?
I didn't touch shit.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
She's got that arm pose like you surprised her by coming on her chest.
Right.
And she's like,
yeah. Well, that's what the streaks in her hair
are.
are.
Can you just give me a towel?
And then the next picture is her going,
Oh,
the target.
Yeah, I was saying you had a towel. How'd you miss that?
Go back and forth real fast.
Wait, hold on. Go, stay there, okay? That's 357-pound Pete. Go to the other one. Oh, he's got more inches. That was a brag, Steven. The other one was an insult on poor people. That was a flex.
Also, we have the creature from the Black Lagoon.
With lipstick?
With lipstick, baby. It's pretty good.
I just got a message from one of our favorite listeners. I'm not going to say his name unless he tells me it's okay. Did Dusty cause Steven to have a stroke?
Hey, that guy's having a stroke over there. Look at him. He broke down. Phantom of the Opera. Looking pretty funky, so. This went on sale the other day. The Real Ghostbusters Winston and Sandman Collector's Pack. For $202, you get those 2 figures, plus the little ghosty on the side there.
That's a 6-inch action figure, right? So
Winston is Sandman's
so the other
probably
one's
about
Sandman's
8.5.
Okay. Is this so? You're a Ghostbusters guy. You're a real Ghostbusters guy. You're a shitty toy collector. Are you spending $202 on this? Is it? Do you look at this and go, I want to have this?
I am replacing stuff with these because these are the ultimate figures for me.
Okay.
These are fucking awesome.
That's very cool. I didn't like the Sandman, like that means nothing to me. Like I didn't watch Real Ghostbusters.
All the characters that they've been throwing with them are like they never made toys of these things. Like it was so weird. The Real Ghostbusters toy line had all these cool ghosts and shit, and the cartoon did, but they didn't really cross over much.
Oh, okay. So now they're giving you toys from the cartoons that you never had as toys, but you remember from the cartoon.
Absolutely.
Very cool.
And they're pricey, but they got payment plans and. And you can't just get the Ghostbuster. Like, you don't need to get the ghost and shit. But, that's the cool part. So,
right. Well, but pricey is also, like, again, if it's something that you're after, your word, that changes what pricey means to you.
Right.
Well, normally, when we're like, oh, that's pricey, it's like, well, we probably weren't going to buy that anyways.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And they're also, the ghosts, they're a timed exclusive. So you get it now or you don't get it, or you pay out the ass for it.
Right. You're on secondary market.
Yeah, if you missed out, I think right now you can still get Peter by himself, but you can't get him with Sam Hain. So.
Correct.
And that's the Pumpkinhead.
Yes. Okay. And plus they come with I love that they come with the little version of him where he's getting sucked into the trap. That's just fucking cool, man.
And that's what's really cool about if you get just the Ghostbuster, you still are getting Peter comes with a mini Sam Hain.
Right.
So that's cool that let's say you didn't get this timed exclusive and you didn't get the big Sandman, you still get that mini Sandman going into the trap as an accessory for Winston.
Yep.
That's cool.
My experience has been too, Ghostbuster, people that love Ghostbusters, they love it.
Yeah.
So $200 for a high-end collectible that's going to be your... I get that.
Well, this cartoon got me into Ghostbusters, and it still holds up, man. It's pretty fucking weird and pretty creepy in some cases still to this day. So, it was very influential on the young impressionable, drawing mind of myself.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I remember loving that cartoon.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun.
That really cool big print that you did of all the Ghostbuster ghosts, are those primarily cartoon ghosts, or are those toy ghosts, or are those both?
A little of both.
Oh, very cool.
Yep.
Okay.
You know what I hated about the cartoon? Egon's hair was white and it wasn't in the real show.
Yeah, they tried to get away from looking like the movie versions.
And
although they had some meta references to the movie through the show, but
the movie wasn't really a kid's movie.
No.
So
in the real Ghostbusters world, they made a movie about the real Ghostbusters, and Bill Murray and Harold Ramis and Dan Aykroyd and Ernie Hudson played them. So they went to go see the movie, and it was the 84 movie. But yeah, so it's backwards in their world. Anyway, Shirella, she's coming on Mattel Creations. This is a Powers of Grayskull figure that obviously never made it to the line. Basically, you got a naked chick in He-Man now.
It's like a stripped down Tila.
Yeah. She's pretty hot for Origins.
It's neat.
Yeah. Steve would put her up his butt.
I mean,
Steve, you buying?
No.
Because you're out of Origins, right?
He's out of Oranges. He's done.
Kinda. There's some of those cartoon figures really call to me still, but yeah.
This is the first Shirella, right?
Mm-hmm.
I can honestly say I have learned a lot about Motu just being in your guys' proximity. That name is new to me. Like, I've never heard that. And not that it hasn't been said, but that's not anything that rings a bell to me.
Yeah. All stuff that
Like, if you just set
never
that,
been produced.
Like, just the picture without the packaging, I just assumed it was a Tarzan or a Conan female or something. You know what I mean? Like, it holds nothing.
You guys are not interested in the only new thing they've ever created.
Well, it's...
It goes with that whole Powers of Grayskull, line with, like, Hero and Eldor and all that shit.
You got to remember, some of these things weren't created because they came out with better stuff. Like, Tila's cooler than that.
Yeah, but how many Tilas do you need?
Plenty. I mean, I've got obviously not any because I'm not collecting much more. I mean, I've got the only Tila I got on display. Well, I got two Tilas on display. One's a Mondo, one's a Sideshow statue. So, you don't need a bunch of Tilas, I guess, at this point in my collecting journey.
And I have issues, so I'm grabbing everything I possibly can.
Yep.
I mean, this stuff still speaks to me. It still pulls at my heartstrings a little bit, but I'm just not. But the big thing is I'm out of space.
Yeah.
And it works out for me and Steve anyway, because he collects the things that I don't, and I collect the things that he doesn't. And
like vibes.
Yeah, we could like.
Yeah, Pontiac Vibe, best car ever made.
Like vibes.
It's really a Toyota.
We did talk about these last time, but this is the final day to pre-order the brand new Infinite Legions line from Four Horsemen Studios. So get that shit.
The last time I was this excited was when Praetorian was coming.
Yeah, I was gonna say who's in on these?
I'm
in
in
the room?
I'm two for each because I'm gonna run. I gotta have two different heads displayed on each of them.
We get that. Obviously, Jeremy, you're in. What are you guys thinking? Steve, Justin?
I think they're fun. I like them. I will get them. Not because they're Glyos, just because I think they're fun figures.
Mm-hmm.
You will or you did?
I will.
Today?
Well,
You could still get them through retailers for like the next
Oh, okay.
month, but to get them directly through the Horsemen with the discount that they're offering, I would say the pins you will not be able to get through retailers. So if you want the pins, which aren't pictured here, but you should definitely run over there and get them.
pins don't do anything for me, so
I gotta have these pins.
I want to have all the pins. I do want to have all the
pins
Horsemen
are fun.
pins.
Horseman pins are fun, but
My only complaint with the Horseman pins, because I rock a pin on all of my hats, I just wish they were half the size. I wish you get like a hat version, because those ones are they're too big to put on a hat. You know what I mean? They're super cool and I love them and I've got a ton of them.
Yep.
But I just wish I had a half size version from a hat.
Justin, how about you?
I'm still deciding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if I can go back to Arizona then. Fucking easy.
Whether I pre-order
Route 66,
or I
bitch.
retailer,
Yeah.
we'll see.
Well, is Cosmic your thing?
I'm in
You
on
like Cosmic?
too.
Yep. Brian, what do you think? This is probably new to you. You might have seen a little bit of this on Facebook, but
Now that I'm seeing them, yeah, I think I might be getting those.
yeah,
It's a 6-inch version of this. So
which is wild.
Yep.
Can I touch your Glios?
Yeah, by all means.
It's like you said, I like the different heads. Might have to get a couple.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm in on them. I love the cosmic. I love the build system. So like to me, these just look awesome. I'm like Steve. The Glios component, like that doesn't mean a lot to me at this point, but I still want those toys.
But I want the blue is fading, and I want two because I want the standard head and I want to run the Scar head. So, and then the Thanos, I want to be able to run the standard helmet, but then I want to be able to run the brain looking head because
Yeah.
One of my favorite Glios figures, one of the first ones I got, is actually in that purple with the brain head, and that's what I have on it. It's fucking awesome.
That brain head is freaking nuts.
Yeah, it's
I love
super
that.
cool.
I do have a question. Go back one to Cody to the two figures. So the pink one, they have the holographic pieces that can plug into their arms, right?
Yep.
And the one on the left, the gray one, it's a head we've seen before, but have we seen the head sculpt on the one on the right for a cosmic figure yet? The little holographic head. I don't recall that being a head sculpt we've seen in Cosmic Legions yet. So I'm wondering, and I haven't heard anybody talk about it. Is it a teaser for a new cosmic figure, or?
I never even looked at the hologram sculpts because I was just so excited about the
Yeah.
figures. I didn't even notice them.
And you know what? I haven't looked from a close up either. Like, yeah. So I'm not sure on that either. Yeah.
Yeah, my assumption is that it's all specifically to those
That
figures.
character.
Yeah, that character.
Well, and the little the little shroud, kind of like the bandana on that it's an extra piece. You can have it on or off with the fade-in figures, and I just the little touches that make these the nods to the actual figures. They did an amazing job.
I'm excited about this line. Like I'm really excited
I'm curious
about
where
seeing,
they're gonna go.
Yeah, what else is
from
gonna
here,
happen?
yeah.
I'm
It's
sure that
when
there'll be
I-
more Glios examples.
When I get my Geodraxis in 6 inches, I'm gonna lose my shit.
Yeah.
So
Is that by a different company than O'Neill, or is that the same?
no, this is spaced out.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
Yeah, that fucking pink head is so cool.
Yeah, the pink one is the one I like. The pink and purple one is the one. I mean, I'll get them both, but that's the one I think is cooler.
does that? Will you hand that back to me? Does that have the shroud on it? It does.
Will you look if one of those pictures, Cody, actually gives you a close enough of that head that he's talking about, that holog? Can you put the
That one right there is a good one.
And then can you put the
This
cursor on it?
No, the one
yeah,
that one right there.
Can you put the cursor on it? Will it blow up if you move it up? Yeah.
See, I don't recognize that.
No, I don't either.
Hold on.
Oh my God, Cody is so much more advanced than us.
So it's like an alien with an underbite looking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't recognize that.
No.
I don't recognize that head from anything.
Right. Man, when you see the figure close up like that, the
All the
detail.
detail.
Ah, God.
And like I said, man, some people are immediately going to be making some Mega Man and
Oh,
Metroid
fuck yeah. There's going to be some
customs, and I can't wait to see what people come up with.
It's probably still I mean, the horse would just create just beautiful art, but it's still one of my favorite parts is watching what other people do with those figures. Yeah. Like, it's just fun. Yeah. All right, today, get out there.
Get that shit, bench.
Yep, get them ordered. Yeah, I love it.
So Curtis just said, they said it's a head that Eric sculpted a while back, and we haven't seen it yet. So.
Oh, cool. Cool. Super cool. Thank you, Curtis.
Curtis also said, just might need emergency Pete to save him. He was the one that talked about Steven having a stroke. Throw in the towel or something. And I said, I'm off duty. I'll write his eulogy. So.
All right. Next, we got some Cops and Crooks figures coming out. Remember Cops? Fighting crime in a future time. This is Inspector Bulletproof. And this looks like the toy. So I forget what it says, but it's Big Bad something. I can't. Like I said, I can't read it right now, but
Workshop.
yeah, Big Bad Workshop. I think that's what it is. That like so. Big Bad Toy Store has their own toy line now.
Well,
or like
they got Monster Force, so it looks like
They're
yeah.
teamed up with Fresh Monkey.
There you go. So yeah, 112, 6 inch tall. He's looking pretty cool.
It is
Oh, you're
fun.
not any more distracting than he was with the knife.
And you can't control that.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, I got an itch in my nose.
I loved Cops. For me, it was.
It inspired you,
Oh,
man.
it so inspired me. For me, it was a 6 inch ish GI Joe. Like they had the same. All the joints were pretty much the same as GI Joe. So I just loved. So for me, it was like an upscale of a GI Joe figure. The cartoon. That was a line that I was more into the toys than the other property.
I never really got the toys. I just watched the cartoon.
Yeah.
I don't recall the cartoon at all. I was
Oh, it was
buying the
good.
toys
I thought
and like, oh, there's no new turtles. Oh, these look cool, and that's how I ended up with those. And I ended up, with all the other random Cowboys of Moo Mesa and Toxic Crusaders and all that other shit was because there was no turtles on the shelf that I didn't already have.
Can you imagine when this guy's dick rolls out? I mean, seriously. His whole crotch is cyborg, right? I mean,
Yeah, that was the reference you were making. It had to do with the color of his cyborg.
I love the sculpt and everything, but his jacket is a little bulky.
His
and-
face doesn't look great. In that one up close shot, the face sculpt did not look great.
Maybe it's the lighting.
Are you saying he's too dark, Justin? Jesus.
I'm not
Justin's
a fan
like,
of
what
the
is this,
coat.
RoboCop with a hard R? What?
I'm not a fan of the coat either, but I will say I have come a long way on soft goods. So
Well, soft goods that are really good.
yes.
Like if they had
Yes,
Sea
you
Jism.
have.
If
Are you
they
gonna say Jism? Okay.
Sea Jism,
Speaking,
if they were to do that coat, I bet you it would probably be a little
Nicer.
better fitting
Yeah.
or not as bulky looking.
Speaking of Jism, can I drop a quick fun fact on everybody?
Yes.
We were talking about Bonnie Blue and her most recent record break.
Who
of
was sucking?
at the festival.
Okay.
1,057 men in 12 hours. So we got curious. We wanted to run some numbers, right? Get some hard facts. So that's about 40 seconds per dude. Okay. But the most interesting fact about that is based on the average amount of a male ejaculate, that's like 1.6 gallons of semen. I just wanted to share that with you guys because somebody said jism and it made me think of it.
And a very little girl.
That's a lot of math.
Is she a little girl? I don't know what she looks like, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Well,
she's little.
how do I?
Out and done.
Yeah.
Was a requirement that these guys had to?
We could not find out.
I can't believe they did.
So the question,
Unless they were ready. They were just standing there going to
right.
town.
The questions that I had were: one, does it have to be penetration, or did hands count? And did they have to ejaculate? I could not find either of the answers to that. I did find that they all were required to wear condoms, and I did find that it wasn't like a wait around all day. Like you got a time slot. So like if you were like a number 857, like you could show up at noon, like for your window. Which
It's
I
like it's like getting on a ride at Disney, huh?
well, could you? So you
I got my fast pass.
Virtual pass.
Yeah.
So here's the thing, right? So you're at the gymnasium, the auditorium, whatever it is, right? You're standing in line. You've got to be ready to go, and you're just 1,000 other dudes. Memphis, huh? Hey,
First time? First done this?
what
No,
are you-
Arizona.
You're standing there naked with 1,000 other dudes, right? Like, what's the topic of conversation? You know?
Wow.
This is
Took the kids to Disney yesterday. Like, what do you know what I mean? Like,
this is one of the most disgusting things I've ever heard of.
Good thing the name of this episode is Biblical Adventures.
You're not a fan of Bonnie Blue, Steve?
I'm not a fan of this whole. It's just disgusting and all. Being the guy is
It's not
disgusting.
about dogs.
Being the girl is disgusting.
If it was a golden retriever,
Yeah.
Steve would be so in.
so the question that we presented, to the group and the people were, all right, so you get a chance. It's going to take 40 seconds of your life. You get a chance to be the record breaker. 1,058. Do you take it? Do you hit it?
No.
For 40 seconds to be able to be the guy that broke the record.
No, I don't.
I know you don't. You're fucking worthless when it comes to fun.
I'd probably get up there and
From my two buddies,
wouldn't be able to smack it in there.
from the two people at the table that are non-normal podcast hosts, one that uses his dick and the other one who would like to use his dick. That's the answers I want. Steven is asexual, and I'm pretty sure he reproduces like by mitosis or some shit. He's like a Mocklin from the Orville. He just hatches an egg with his gay partner and has a baby.
That's what's about to happen. He's getting close right now,
Yeah.
I think.
You can't look at his belly. He's 14 months pregnant. The gestation period's different in Mocklins.
Yeah. I would be a bad performer. It'd have to be like dark, and there'd have to be like mood music.
So performance anxiety, that's a real thing.
Yeah.
Now the other thing that I did, that she did say during an interview, I watched a little video clip. She did say that condoms were required, face masks, like ski masks, were optional because in case you needed to hide your face from the camera or your girlfriend or whatever. And I'm like, and it just kind of rolled off her tongue like it was no big deal. No, it was. I'm sorry, it was. If you want to be seen by the camera or your job or your wife, and she just kind of rolled like it was no big deal. I'm like, there was married dudes lining up to, anyways.
Yeah.
So.
Ew.
But
I'm sure
it's a lot of semen.
More than a few.
It's a lot of semen.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, that much semen weighs almost 14 pounds.
Oh,
so
how many guys was it?
1,057.
Breaking
the previous record of 995, but in 24 hours. So she banged like 60 more dudes in half the time. I mean, that's just efficiency. That's just good American, old-fashioned. That's assembly line American ingenuity, is what that is.
That thing has to
you
be
know?
red.
Yeah.
Henry Ford would be proud.
Hell yeah.
I'm a no. I'm a no.
What number would you say yes to? Where would you have to be in the lineup to say yes? Because that was another question we had.
Well, yeah.
Because one of the guys was like, "I'd be alright if I was number one."
With a girl like this, number one,
get out of here
probably
with your
taking her
toxic
virginity.
masculinity.
I would prefer a little bit more of a romantic setting.
So so I'm gonna I wouldn't. As they say, for instance, I would not be higher than number 10. Like, what would you say your number is?
Man,
I would say 15.
15
15 with a condom, 5 without.
That's her?
Yeah, that's her.
Oh, that's the. I've been seeing pictures. I didn't know who the hell they were talking about.
Yeah.
Isn't she the one that's crying about the psychological trauma of it all?
Oh yeah, there's all sorts of
Everyone's
fucking
like,
drama
oh yeah, I know her.
I honestly don't. There's all kinds of memes. I don't know who the hell it was.
I honestly don't.
There's one next to a guy that they're trying to say that she was a guy, and it looks like her as a guy. So.
Well, if she were a guy though, that would drastically reduce the number of options for the line. You know.
I didn't realize that was her. I stood in a line to meet this girl.
She was really nice.
With a bunch of other
super friendly.
There was 1,000 guys there all excited to meet her.
Wouldn't that be funny? You're just a normal guy,
my
and you end up in the
nuts
line.
Yeah.
You're like fully clothed. What's going on?
You're one of those people that sees a line and you're like, well, there's probably something good at the end of this.
Okay. All right, so here's another question.
I hope they have chili cheese fries.
So here's another question. You're in line. What relationship of yours would walk out of the room ahead of you that would make you walk out? Like, let's say a cousin walked out. Like, yeah, I'd bang somebody after a cousin. But your brother? Would you do it after your brother? Like, what relationship would it have to be? Like, what's that circle?
Okay, so you'll be one
Laura
of
walked
1,000
out.
some guys, but you can't handle it if your brother's in line.
I'm asking.
That doesn't make any sense.
It's an
to
honest
me.
question.
If I'm in that line, it doesn't matter who it is. But I'm not going to be in that line because I don't have that. You know what I mean? If your morals are that gone and you're willing to participate in this, I don't think there's much that's going to deter you.
Curtis says, "Did Jeremy get Justin mellow before the show? I've never seen him this quiet."
He's still apologizing for the mythical meetup. Go get him, guys! Amazing! It's so generous! I'm so generous!
We need Carl Miller's opinion on this. If you're listening, Carl.
I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry. You were my biggest cheerleader, man. Don't ever apologize for that.
You were the
my
hype.
homie.
You were the hype man.
My Flavor Flav.
I would say if I saw any of you walk out before me in this hypothetical, I'd probably be like, oh, like it would give me like the courage to go on.
If they could do it.
If I saw Travis walk out, I'd be able to keep my erection. That's what I just heard.
But then
I don't know what that says about me, but
Then
there
Travis
you go.
told, no, I'm just there to watch. He's walking up and down naked. He ain't even there for it.
Trav just walks up and I'm just a fluffer. I'm hired help.
I'm just talking to people.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm just the hype man.
I'm shaking hands.
Would you high five?
Of course. You got a high five. Yeah, there's not. If I ever got to the point where I make the choice to stand in the line, no one walking out is changing the
your opinion.
Yeah.
Especially if I've been standing there for like an hour fluffing.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I'm pot committed at that point.
Would be
Pop it off
my
all times in
my
line,
hype
you know.
man after
I'm
that.
all in before
they-
the river. I'm
do they-
staying through.
Okay,
you know?
who's fluffing? Do they have like girls that are fluffing for you?
or dogs?
I
Just
They had Steve a,
I don't know
a jar
that.
of peanut butter.
I don't know the answer to that. It might have been a self fluff. It was like a self publication thing. So it might have been a self fluff scenario.
So weird.
It is wild, but she's probably gonna be a millionaire.
No, not probably.
Is already.
So she made a comment thanking the 1,000 guys for buying her first Ferrari.
Wow.
She made it sounded like she made about $2.5 million off the video.
Wow.
So,
And like I'm not saying,
but
hey,
she also
go do that.
But
or
she
anything.
also got kicked off OnlyFans.
yeah.
OnlyFans has a disclaimer that none of your videos apparently can be like the word dangerous is used, and then there was one that was like there was a term for like that, like it was just, and they kicked her off because of that.
Well, yeah, that's
So,
very dangerous. She got
yeah.
stabbed by 150 dudes.
What is that?
1,000. Yeah.
Wow.
All right, Bonnie Blue.
All right. More toy news?
Never know what's gonna pop up in toy news.
At that point, it's a toy.
Ooh.
These look great. However, weird.
However, weird.
I really enjoyed this cartoon.
The Marshall's available now, but coming soon we have 3-0.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just
This
don't.
is ramen, ain't it?
Yeah, this is the people.
So
that,
it's not Brave Star, but it's totally Brave Star.
yeah, they don't respect anybody's
It
IP.
is wild how hard they go on it too.
Yeah, they don't.
Like this. Like, I mean, that's wild. We're gonna change the name, but it's literally that dude.
Yeah, it's exactly. It's not even like a little bit off.
Yeah.
Same markings on his hat and just everything. They look fucking good though.
They
do.
look cool.
They look really good.
$100
That's it.
For 3-0 or for the Marshall?
for the Marshall.
Okay.
Oh.
That's way too much for a toy. 6-inch toy.
And it's not licensed either.
That I think
because-
looks cool, but I don't have enough. Like, I don't have the vintage. I don't have the original.
I have Brave Star himself, and that's it.
Who?
I mean the Marshall.
Yeah, this is the Marshall.
My bad.
They flagged it under dangerous or harmful because of that being so risky.
Some
That's what
other
it
girls
was.
complained, I think. He said there was other models on there that said, hey, you're making us look better.
And
Sorry for trying to move on.
Steve reported her.
I'm ashamed to say it wasn't me.
Had I known that this was going on.
no pure poop on OnlyFans either. So
Well,
Jeremy's out.
yeah. Fuck.
Well, that kind of raises the question, too. Is there something you guys would do on OnlyFans to make $2.5 million and then say, I'm kicked off?
you would throw up in your mouth
If you told me the shit you do.
if you found out what I would be willing to do for $2.5 million, you would
Yeah.
throw up on the mic right now.
I would say, who do you need to film?
You would be appalled. You would immediately hand me one of D13's figures and be like, "Motherfucker, you need Jesus."
Would you take the 1,000 men?
I mean,
Cody, it's not a bullshit Tesla. This is a Ferrari.
It may not drive itself, but it's a Ferrari. Pete's thinking about right now. Is that spinning? What would I do?
Okay. All right, let's talk numbers. And I've said this before, and I'll say it again: $2.5 million. Even if and it would obviously
Yeah,
would
but they
be.
take taxes out of it.
Well, okay, so let's call it a cool $2 million, right?
Yeah.
And obviously, it would be nothing that would kill me or paralyze me or hurt anybody else or anything illegal, right? Obviously, that's all off the table. Okay. Within those parameters, even if I did something so vile that it cost me $500,000 in therapy, I'm a $1.5 to the clear, baby.
You're still up.
After taxes, after therapy, I've got $1.5 million. I'm just saying.
It's something to think about.
I mean, would I fucking chili dog Jeremy? Probably.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, for fucking $1.5 million, shit. I'd give him $500,000 to go along with it.
Oh yeah, chili dog me, baby.
No, you know what? I'd split it 50-50.
All right.
Yep.
Yeah.
As long as, but we'd have to mix poop. It can't just be one person's poop. It's got to be both poops.
Both poops
Yep.
together.
My dick, your tits, both poops. That's the deal.
Christopher Kelly said, "Wealthy Nate's listening."
Wow, that got off the rails quick. Steven, you want to keep us on track here, bud?
He's a little off today, I think.
Steven, think,
He's still in shock.
think about
Yeah,
what you
fucking
could,
Dusty's got
I
him.
mean, I gotta say,
Dusty's got him turned up over here, man.
dude. Think about how many vibes you could buy with that money.
but
There's a
I'm
lot of
telling
vibes.
that guy's got to be. He's thinking about it now. You got Steve quiet. Telling you things.
He's in Steve's mind.
No, but
I'm hoping things get
Steve-
kinky later. He
Steve's
may be going home in a
plotting,
vibe. I'm hoping to get a vibe in me at home. You know what I'm saying?
his eyes are. He's gone red behind those eyes. He's
So we got a brand new He-Man figure. Haven't seen one of these in 9 minutes.
Look at the legs on
Actually,
that
this is a human.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a
What
human.
if you
That's
saw
extra
him coming out at the
expensive.
end of the line?
If he was coming out the end of the line, man, I'd go back 100 times.
I would yell, "I have the power," and just blast.
This is that Nicholas Gagarin guy. He's playing He-Man in the He-Man movie, and this is what He-Man looks like from behind.
I'm glad that they're showing you this costume finally.
It's very Mondo, and that we've said that before. Like, if it's Mondo inspired, we're gonna be pretty fucking happy. 'Cause those are
So
cool
is the
costumes.
dark picture one that was released and then
That's-
somebody
yeah, then
lightened
somebody
it with
lightened it
a
up,
photo
yeah.
program or
So I'm
something?
hoping
Look
there's
at that
actually.
hair that is so 80s fucking He-Man toy. Like, it's
Yep.
got a little bit of a fluff to it and shit. It's kind of feathered.
Is this what needed like funding or whatever?
No,
Okay.
this is like actual
I think-
theatrical.
They showed some of the practicing for the sword fight. There's going to be some serious, serious. fights in
Francisco just said, "Here's $5. We need a shirtless Travis, Justin twerking, and a pouty face short bus by the end of the show."
Now, do you have to do what they say because they paid you, or do you just have to read it?
You just gotta read it.
It all depends on how lame you want to be. So
Just drinking in a pouty.
We
pouty,
got you.
you've had pouty face short bus since we saw the Dusty Lee clip. So
So once again, we're seeing no fur, which is something we saw with Tila as well. So I think they're not going to go full old
Yeah,
school
I need
toy.
some fur on the top of those boots.
Yeah, they're going no fur.
you
Even
realize
the Mondo had the fur.
the ASPCA wouldn't allow it.
Oh, maybe. Then there's another picture. Now, Steve will say he doesn't look big enough, and I don't disagree. But if you go to the next picture, I mean, he's
He
got
looks
some
good
arms.
there.
Look at his
What
fucking
I'm
arms.
thinking might have happened, what might be the case, is that's a lightened picture, so I'm not sure it's getting all the muscular detail is my hope, because he looks pretty jacked there.
He does.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if size, like, yeah, I still think he... we just...
Fucking twinsies.
They fucked up.
You put a little color on his legs there, you wouldn't tell the difference.
Yeah.
I would like to see him bigger, obviously, but at least he's muscular. See, he looks very smooth there, and then he looks very lean in the other. What are you giggling about over there, Travis?
I just love how you're hating on Bonnie Blue, but this dude.
In his defense, I think when they lightened the photo, they
Complaining he
removed
doesn't have
some
fur.
muscle definition.
He did some fur on his
He
boots.
doesn't have any fur on his boots. Clearly hasn't leaned down for the actual filming yet.
I don't understand the comparison. What does a...
Well, put that in the box of shit you don't understand on this podcast.
Maybe it'll happen throughout the movie.
Yeah.
Fur?
Yeah.
You know what we need?
More
We'll put it
muscular?
in there right
We
next
need
to not knowing how to
fur.
entertain people and or make people laugh.
Skeletor's allergic to fur.
Can they actually make their fans happy? Because
Yes.
Never.
Yes.
Steve,
Not
you're,
at all.
Yes.
you're complaining his boots don't have fur on them.
Yeah, it's easy. You look at the toy, fur on the boots, put fur on the boots. It's easy.
I don't.
It's not hard.
It's a simple recipe: apple bottom jeans and boots with the fur.
Right. It's like, oh, we got a new Superman. His costume isn't blue. Oh, oh geez, you can't satisfy these fans. No, the fucking costume has always been blue. Make it blue. That's all you gotta do.
You're
All you gotta do is make it Bonnie blue.
You're making the argument that I'm trying to say is like perfect examples. Right now, Kyle is not happy about the Superman movie. Why? I don't like that S. I'm like,
it's not an S. It means hope. Doesn't everybody know that? I can't be the only one. You know what? And I hope to see whether it's Rachel or Amy, I don't remember, in the bathtub again.
oh yeah.
God damn. It's
I-
one's Adams, one's McAdams.
Amy Adams.
Not
Amy
anymore. Have you
Adams,
seen
Rachel
her lately?
McAdams?
She's really gone downhill. She hit the wall hard.
She pulled a Steve, huh?
I want to see it. Go to Amy Adams. Can we see Amy Adams hitting the wall?
Well, she's in that new TV show where she's a werewolf or something.
She ain't never
no.
she ain't
I
never
think
had
they
a
made
better
her
Oh,
ass.
that movie. Yeah,
I think
saw
they made
that.
her look rough. I think it's a series, isn't it?
Yeah,
The-
she's supposed to be a
With Josh
housewife.
Gads.
Her best
he's the
ass
husband?
ever is Amelia Earhart in
Oh,
Night
all
at
I
the
know
Museum
is
too.
that,
She's
like,
wearing like
so it
aviator
has
pants.
Supposedly
Oh
turning into a
damn!
werewolf throughout the movie. I watched
I
it.
think it's a series, though. I thought, no, it's a movie. Oh, okay.
But it's not.
What am I looking up?
It's not.
But they made her
real.
look
It's-
pretty rough, and
That's
I saw
enough.
pictures.
Thank
thinking
you.
she
I
was-
don't need to see any more than that.
Yeah.
All those right there. Is
I
all
think those
need.
were. I saw pictures. Of
Yeah,
her
that's
with
plenty
Matt.
of evidence that Steven
And-
sucks.
Those are some. Yeah, I'm sure all those pictures are from 10 years ago.
You never.
Who's the one that she looks alike? That was in Wedding Crashers. The one that's married to.
Oh, the little crazy one.
Isla Fisher.
Yes, they
I love
look a
her.
lot.
There it
alike,
is.
yes.
Look it up. Look
Yeah,
at the
that's a
trailer. The one that
role.
says trailer.
Night Bitch.
That's
That's
a
what it
role
was.
she's playing, though. That
Yeah, look at her. Look at her there.
She's supposed to look like a crazy housewife.
No, that's just her without makeup.
Jesus. All right.
Holy shit! You really titled this "Biblical Adventures"?
That's what we're talking about. Read the room.
Fuck.
And not.
If I would have known that, I'd be eating words right now. I take that chili dog and thing back.
Oh, thanks.
We're gonna get Bible.
Oh.
People are gonna be looking up Christian stuff,
It's gonna be so bad.
and we're gonna pop up.
Curtis says wrestling promos, orgies, and men with fur. Welcome to the Toy Podcast.
Welcome to America, Curtis.
Biblical Adventures.
Yeah. It just means we need more biblical adventures.
we
in our
need
life.
Jesus
This
is
is
what
why.
it's-
We should definitely do more gang shit.
I'm glad that I'm messaging Chris right now, being like, "Okay, we're almost ready to talk about your toys."
But don't listen until we do.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
I said 2 hours. It's been 2 hours.
And Steve O'Beg says, "Night Bitch is a movie, and Wolf Like Me is a show."
That's
So that's where that
Is she in both of them?
I have that. I don't know. Steve O'Beg, hook us up with that info. too.
Apparently, Steve-O has come out of his stupor.
All right,
Yeah, okay.
where are we at?
That in that picture, he looked fucking deranged. I was like, "Holy shit!" So do I, but that was spooky
That's it.
and erotic.
No one has an opinion about Leto as Skeletor. We haven't seen what he looks like. I know he's in maybe some legal trouble. We don't fucking know.
Who?
I think Mattel's probably trying to quick, get it done, put it out.
What did he do now?
Sexual abuse allegations.
Of course.
Who's
Leto.
playing?
Jared Leto.
Really?
Yeah.
I had not heard that.
Well, apparently he's some sort of cult leader too. I don't fucking know. Regardless,
I know. Is anyone shocked
he's
right
supposed
now?
to be Skeletor. That's
Is
all I
anyone
know.
shocked?
He's a good actor, but yeah, you could probably see that. He's got.
He's playing Skeletor. He's just he's a he gets deep into his roles.
Yeah. Isn't Skeletor supposed to be quite large also?
Yeah.
I mean,
They're all supposed to be quite
I
large.
can't.
Skinny.
I can't believe he's slumming though after killing the Joker and Morbius and all those blockbusters that he did. He's doing He-Man. That's weird to me.
Making money.
Had the studio not interfered, we may have had good movies. There may have been some good acting in those roles, just not ever shown to us.
What is it? The Ayers cut is supposed to be a lot better than the. Whether that ever.
Yeah, I wish they would do. They'll never do it, but yeah.
All right,
Warner Brothers
moving on.
messes everything up.
Moving on.
Moving on.
Are we doing this?
Well,
Hard stop on.
I would say that
180 flip on the show.
I would
Anybody
say
wanna
we
talk
change the title and we do a separate review episode of Biblical Adventures.
we can't change the title. He already ran with it. It's already on.
I can change it.
Yeah, he can
We
change
can.
it.
We can
Everything
do that.
but Biblical Adventures.
We can do it next week.
they're right here.
They are right here.
They are right here.
I mean, we could just knock them out.
Well, I think that's what we should do.
I like the Charlton Heston myself.
Due to all of the previous activities we've spoken about before this, we shall now try to redeem ourselves and find the light.
Are you saying you're going to ask for forgiveness?
Yes, that's
Okay,
what I'm doing.
I can end Rego Live, make a new one if you want.
I think we're good.
I like the way you think.
We want to throw caution to the wind.
Says the Antichrist Travis over there.
He doesn't care.
What should we? I mean, this is our podcast.
Yeah, I mean,
This is what we do.
Like
yeah, I mean,
That's why Matt doesn't come back with his toys.
Right. They all learn eventually.
All right.
Well,
all
if
right.
his defenders really defended Eden, we might not be in this mess.
Oh.
All right. Is that my coffee somehow over there?
It's not mine.
That's weird.
It's been there.
Craving that decaf.
Gotta get it. Gotta get it.
Got to get that.
All right. So, I got some toys here. The
Oh, you can see what I'm writing to everybody. I'm gonna go pee real quick.
got some toys here from our good friend Chris Garrich's line of action figures he has created based on characters from the Bible. Oddly enough, I have a Jesus that somehow is not in my box, so I must have left him home. So we don't have the man himself here, but we do have other version or characters that
He's out in the vibe. He had Jesus take the wheel.
in this line. These figures have been a long time coming. Chris has been working on this for some time. He's had prototypes at many shows. I think the actual product that showed up is really, really nice. So I guess without further ado, we'll start with our picture or our figure of Moses. This is old Moses. The guy that came down from Mount Sinai with the 10 Commandments, or as was 15. Leslie Nielsen dropped a tablet.
Pre-orders.
And yeah, so this is pretty cool, man. I think it's neat. It's got some interesting accessories. If Justin will help me out, maybe put it on the spinner. We've got the golden calf, which is the calf that they started praying to. The Hebrews did as Moses was gone up on the mountain, getting the 10 Commandments, I believe, if I'm right. There's Moses' staff, which he famously dropped on the floor in front of Pharaoh, and it turned into a snake, which is the best part of this thing. It's a bendy snake, folks. We've got a bendy snake if you want to put that with your Serpentor, or you want to leave it with your Moses. So that's pretty cool.
Are you a hand model or something?
Yeah,
Look at my hands.
Trying to figure it out.
His coat is pretty neat. It's very I mean, this is I don't know the inspiration behind this exactly, but I mean this reminds me and Brian both of the movie Charlton Heston's 10 Commandments here with the great ear. He did come with an older head, and I must have that packed away in one of these baggies. But there is an older version of that head, but this has the grade bushy hair that I prefer. The tablets are really cool. They're engraved in English. If you flip them around, it looks like they're engraved in Hebrew or some other language, Latin. I don't know. Or is that Latin? Is Latin Hebrew? I don't know. I'm not smart. Just trying to figure it out. So yeah, I think this is pretty cool. Anybody, any thoughts on this, Travis? I know you don't even know what the hell's going on here. But
I have a brief memories of this movie playing, or TV, whatever the fuck it was.
It's a movie.
Yeah, movie.
Dude in here.
I bet.
Just 7 of us in here.
I think it's like a really good representation of that for sure.
I will say that I like the bodies, like not just for this line, like for use for customs and stuff. The bodies work really well. They're a good, just average person body that you don't get a lot because, I mean, we're typically dealing with, mythic legions and superheroes and whatnot with the musculature, and even our 1.0 figures are still, regular. But the The bodies are really fun to work with. Like I could use. I think you could use these with Mythic Legions to a certain extent for certain characters if you wanted.
Underneath all this, see just a naked dude.
Basically, it's our demon that we're gonna look
it's that
at.
body.
Yeah.
It's the townspeople that everybody
Right. It literally is. If you wanted that.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
You can switch.
Yeah, we can switch.
I will say I love the attention to detail on the accessories.
The accessories are really cool.
Yeah.
So this is Michael the Archangel. Old Testament character again. This is he's very cool. He's very colorful. I think he's a fun figure. The shading on his armor is really cool looking. It gives it a really cool look. Colors pop. Head sculpt is good.
Yeah, that head sculpt is really good.
One of the figures I was pretty excited about. The wings work really well on their backs. They stay in place. I mean, they fit really nice and tight. They're pretty cool for angel wings, you know.
This was a line that I was kind of picky on. I mean, I bought a few of them. Obviously, probably more the demon-wise figures. But when you were saying these were the ones that I kind of picked, that I was like, gosh, I cannot believe someone would want that. And now seeing it open like this, he looks awesome.
I always thought in my head, Michael the Archangel, I mean, he's supposed to be this warrior angel. I always thought he was a cool character, you know, just this badass angel is what you think of that you really wouldn't want to meet on the battlefield. And I know that a lot of these, if not all of them, and Chris would have to weigh in because I mean, I didn't really research the inspirations, but I know a lot of them came from like medieval Renaissance paintings of these characters.
Yeah.
You did a lot of homework.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Like I know that this definitely was based on a painting.
Yeah.
Of this character, so that's where the color scheme comes from and all of that, which is really cool. So no, I think this character is a win, and I think like even if you were not a Bible guy, and that was not, this character is still pretty badass.
It's still a cool ass figure for sure.
Yeah.
Go to a demon.
Now what? You've had these for a while, or they're just now coming out?
I have not had these. I got this package between our last show and this show.
Last couple months.
Hey guys.
Okay.
We have somebody on the line.
It is I, God.
I, God.
Hi, God. It's me, Margaret.
I, God.
I don't know if anybody will get that
God,
one.
father of Igor.
Bang up job on these figures, man.
You can thank my my son, my children, whomever.
Oh, hi guys. It's really just me. I fooled you.
You definitely got us.
Speaking of little demons.
Little demon Chris, how you doing, buddy?
You discovered, you figured me out. All right. It's really demon Chris.
Dang, I'm kind of disappointed because I had a lot of questions for God.
I can get him back. Don't worry. I just gotta channel him.
So I feel like he's kind of getting us all back right now, isn't he?
So Chris,
you know he's gonna get back the most is Travis for having such a shit order. I said, "You sure you don't want it anymore?" He's like, "Nah, it's okay, guy."
Damn it, you got a good memory.
So Chris, this Moses figure we just showed, old Moses, is that?
Yeah.
Did you base that off Charlton Heston at all? It's got to be a little bit, right?
I don't know who that is that you're talking about. It's based on Moses from the Bible. Moses.
You know Moses, the leader of the NRA.
He's the leader of the. I'm not gonna say it. Never mind.
You're with friends.
I'm promoting my toy line here.
I didn't hear what you just said. I was ordering something offline from the Horseman. What was that last part?
Well, it looks an awful lot like.
You know, like with the Moses. I mean, obviously, you know, there's some inspiration and homage to many of the previous iterations of Moses that have been known to man.
Did you include the Leslie Nielsen one where he drops the 5 commandments? And...
Mel Brooks.
Mel Brooks?
Yes, Mel Brooks.
Oh.
I think it was
that was in History of the World one. Yeah, that. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I think it was the History of the World or whatever? I forgot what it is, but I actually am trying to get in touch with them because I talked to the Brooks Films people a few years ago, just in regards to like Spaceballs, just to see, you know, and you know, I had nice, you know, conversations with them, and I'm trying to get in touch with them again because honestly, with that Moses figure, I would love to do like an alternate Mel Brooks Moses head with a pile of cracked, you know, the 11 through 15 commandments.
That would be awesome.
That would be awesome.
Like cracked where you can pop it back together.
I mean, that would be a great way of getting, you know, into hopefully, you know, Spaceballs. But I would love to do some of the other movies as well. It all depends on, you know, licensing and how much it would cost because I don't have any money.
Right. Spaceball 2's is coming out here in a.
I know, and that sucks because I was just like, oh, now I'm never gonna get it.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a couple months earlier, and.
Yep.
Chris,
but you never know. Stranger things have happened.
Chris, I know this this experience has been a little wild for you and having to deal with all kinds of different things and, you know, business. But man, I gotta tell you, dude, seeing these figures in person and having them, you did a great job.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I was. There's still a lot of things wrong with them that I won't mention, but.
I get it. That's part of it, right?
Yeah, I'm very picky, but like being so intimately involved with them, I know like just the little bits and things here and there. Like you know what? One thing that really pisses me off is the peg and the foot because that obviously there's only so much room in the foot for the cavity, and so that you know the peg on the stand had to be a little bit shorter. Otherwise, the foot would not be flat, you know, and it, you know, it if that cavity was just a little bit deeper of a cavity, the foot would fit better. But you know, it's a little not loose, but it doesn't stay on as well as I wanted to. But you know, got to make concessions.
Yeah, for sure.
I love the fact that you included stands though with these. That really is a nice touch.
So I'll tell you this, I'm working on the next set of stands, which will be like a grass base, like kind of a wooden floor base, like older, you know, kind of wood, and a tatami mat, which is, you know, in Japan, what they have like everywhere in every building, or house, I should say. And then what I'm going to do is, I'm making a flight stand. Where the flight stand, you can put any of these bases in since they're all the same shape, same like you know, profile, outline, whatever. And then the flight stand will, you know, plug in behind it, or the arm itself will plug in behind it, and then you can, you know, swap out any of the bases and just kind of keep it very useful, you know.
Nice.
I'll probably will also be doing like a nice big cloud base so that you can have like the angel or Jesus or whatever floating above like the clouds, and I'll be like a roto piece, so not too expensive.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, it's you know, I trying to keep pricing good. You know, like when you're dealing with soft goods and stuff, like even the buck bodies came out more expensive for production than I thought they were going to, and I was very surprised and shocked and annoyed. So everything adds up, and with the soft goods, when you have wiring in there and just soft goods in general, like it just every little bit adds up. So I'm trying to keep it as cost friendly as possible, but so that I can at least make some money to put towards the next project and the next project, and then, you know, the next project that I have coming up is going to be a samurai line. So I'm going to put a pause on biblical because the samurai line will be a little bit easier and quicker.
Awesome.
You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen.
The you know, it'll be a lot of soft goods and just like new heads, and then like I said, the bases and stuff. Now, the one thing, if we don't mention that R name in here, sorry guys. The one thing with the Samurai line is that if it does really well, what I want to do is I also want to have the female body get tooled up in that line instead of waiting for the next biblical line, because in the Samurai line I could do like a geisha, I could do female samurai, female what was the other thing, ninja, and then also the yokai, which is like the ghosts and demons and things.
Oh yeah.
And that is what I'm looking forward to doing, is the male and female demons, like with those crazy, faces and things. So if I can get the female body tooled up in this line, then the biblical line, the next biblical line, will only have to tool up the Goliath, and it keeps the funding goal low. Instead of having to tool 2 figures in one line, it'll keep that funding goal a lot lower.
Smart. Yeah, good idea.
So I'm just trying to kind of, get one into the next, and then that goes into the next, and just have something, continuation like that.
Nice.
With all the demons you put out, which are we allowed to ask which was the top seller version or variant? Not quantities or anything, but just curious.
Well, from the Kickstarter, I'd have to say it's a good question. I think maybe the one that just left the room. Got a little uncomfortable when we started talking about demons.
Right? Where'd they go? They didn't even tell us.
Yeah, I don't know. They all did really well. I want to say maybe the shadow demons were the top ones.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
but they all did really well. Like, different reasons. Obviously, the gargoyles look great, as statues, and the red demons are just kind of classic red demon devils. The Last Judgment ones are based on the artwork from the Duomo in Florence. The shadows are just creepy as hell, and the bases are cool as hell,
Yeah, I love those, man. They look great.
See, and I went with the Last Judgment ones for my order.
I love the way those look, because in the painting, that's, they had these crazy colors, and all the demon heads are based off of the paintings. So when I was there, I was there in like, I don't know, 2010 or something like that. And it was just like, dude, this artwork is ridiculous. Like, what are these faces? And then it stuck with me, and I was like, I got to make these, I got to utilize those as reference.
Yeah, that's badass, man. That's some fun stuff. I don't know a lot about it, as I'm very uneducated, but yeah, seeing this stuff and then hearing the stories behind them, there's a lot of attention to detail.
Yeah, I mean, it was, I was equally uneducated, so don't worry. I had to do a lot of research when I was unemployed for 2 years, 2008, 2009. 2018, 2019. And while I'm trying to find a job with, 10 years of toy experience, I don't know how I couldn't find a job, but I was at the library looking up things and just trying to increase my knowledge base so that I could, do these properly. And that's the thing. I wanted them to be as accurate as I possibly could. They went through a lot of changes and different iterations and things. Even his armor, the Roman soldier, like a lot of changes. Like one thing too, on the back, you'll see there's like a slit going up the back of the armor, and that was just because like you could pop the arms out, you could pop the legs off, like you can pop off a lot of parts, just not the pinless like elbows and knees and things.
Gotcha.
But in order to be able to put on and take off the armor, like I needed to have that slit. I tried to do it with the slit going halfway up from the bottom, and it just, the rib cage area was just like, it's just a little too much still.
Gotcha.
So I was like, you know what, just cut it all the way up. Like, do it. I don't want to deal with it.
Now, have you had people like come at you and be like, this isn't accurate, this needs to be more like this? I mean, I'm sure you have, right? Because fans are fans.
No, honestly, no.
All right.
I don't think I've really had anyone. I've had people come up with like, give me ideas or like say like, you should do this, you should do that.
Yeah.
And that's all good because that's how sometimes I get my ideas. But like even the Roman soldier shield, the way he's holding it with that the bar in the back. Originally, I had it standard with the little L clip or L handle, to make it easier. And I was like, screw that.
Yeah.
I'm going authentic here. I gotta make it real. So I made it like the way it is, the way it should be.
Very cool, man.
And that's what I'm trying to do also with the samurai stuff. Is that with the samurai stuff, it's going to be authentic, and I'm working with my Japanese retailer who wants to make this line very badly also, and he wants it to be authentic. So like down to the way the robes are patterned and the way they sit and hang on the body and stuff like that, and then weapons and the hair, like all these different things. So I want it to be authentic. I want it to be as good as it could be.
Do you have a name for that line yet?
So in Japanese, like when you say, kind of Japan, it would be Nippon, which is like Nippon.
Yep.
And so it's probably just going to be like Nippon Adventures.
Okay.
Because I'm going to just, kind of carry on. Oh, the demons have returned. It's going to carry on with the adventures theme. And then there was we were talking about a third line. I can't remember what the hell it was, but it worked well with the adventures kind of name theme. So I'll probably just continue with that. I gotta get a logo going on the samurai one though, because in July I'm going to be at Wonder Festival, which is they have a summer and a winter show in Tokyo. And it's a one-day show, and it's a lot of garage kit stuff, so a lot of vinyl, a lot of resin, and all that, a lot of crazy stuff, amazing art, and you get upwards of around 50,000 people coming through in one day.
Oh, shit.
So I did it in February, and it was good. First introduction to the line, And so I'll do it in July, but in July I want to trying to make sure that I have my first samurai style figure exclusive available for the show. So I'm really trying to get that finished quickly because it's running out of time.
Yeah, no shit.
As hey Chris, as Jeremy's agent, was that a job offer? Logo work for the new line. I just want to make sure we're on the same page, bud.
He doesn't want no amateur like me.
I'll have him get you a sample by the end of the week, bud.
I'll just stick a pin in that for now.
Oh, that was hurtful.
At some point.
There you go.
Hey, Chris, I did my...
You have to introduce yourself. Justin Aquila, Arizona.
Yeah, Justin Aquila, Arizona. I did my unboxing of my order, and I was trying to refer people. Obviously, it looks like people are still able to order these off BBTS, but weren't you saying at one point in time you're going to have them for sale on Amazon? And are you going to be putting them up on your D13 website?
Yeah, so, when you're toy royalty superstar like myself and you're busy with the Four Horsemen all the time, that's taking up a lot of my time, unfortunately.
No flex comment, huh, Steve? Weird.
Fortunately. And then helping out other people, as you saw, World War Hell just funded, so I'm handling that, and Monster Force and Patriot Force and every other force under the sun. So my plan, and then I'm going to be going to China and Japan in July. So my plan, similar to how we do it at the Horseman, would be ship out the Kickstarter orders. So I just finished that. That was like upwards of like 700 orders, which was great and a pain in the ass, but I'll take it, no problem. Send out all that. Send out the retailer stuff. Let the retailers have their go. And then in stock sale. It's probably just going to be on d13toys.com because some things with the Amazon store that I need to rework and change. So it's probably going to change stores too, but it'll still be will still be an Amazon one. But
I'm sure it's better for you to sell direct too.
Oh, 1,000%. Yeah. Because fuck Amazon.
Fair.
And the way I ship, I don't need that pressure because take forever to ship. So.
Yep.
But I'll probably be doing it in August. I think that's enough time for the retailers, and then I'll be China and Japan for like 2.5 weeks. Come back, and then I'll probably start it up beginning of August so that I can, ship. Hopefully, be finished before the end of August. Pricing will probably be a little bit higher than Kickstarter, a little bit lower than retailers. I think is where it might be at. So we'll have to see, because that's the toughest thing is how do you price it? You want to be good with your retailers, but it almost balances out because usually retailers have better shipping than I do, and my prices are lower, but the shipping kind of brings it up, so it sort of balances out. So we'll see.
So in the event we have any customer service issues, we just tag Jeremy Gerard at 3 a.m. on Sunday on the Cabal and get that taken care of?
Yeah, or you can email customer service at sourcehorseman.com and let Diego get inundated with those.
Perfect.
Hopefully you haven't been getting any.
Service at sourcehorseman.com. Email d13toys@gmail.com, and eventually I will respond.
No, the figures are great, man. You really did a bang-up job.
Thanks. Yeah, it's definitely a very long time in the making. I'm happy that they're finally out, so that I can start working on the next project that will cause me probably the same or more agita.
And that, just to recap, that's the upcoming Samurai project with original artwork by Jeremy DeWitt, correct?
100%.
Okay. Just for clarification, for the listeners.
Yep. Well, Jeremy, start sketching.
All right, I'm on it. I hope you like wieners.
I got one, so I like it.
Kind of a big fan of my own.
Well, awesome.
Thank you for joining us, Chris. Holy shit.
We had an avalanche. Something fell behind us.
Toys are falling.
It's okay. They weren't your products. They were some other cheap-ass companies. You're good.
No, I think it was the Holy Spirit knocking that shit over for room to put these Jesus figures
That's right.
up.
That's right.
That was Jesus punishing us because the D13 Jesus figure guy said fuck Amazon. So cool.
All right.
I'm gonna pop off now. Trying to work on some enforcement stuff, and then I have to run out. So I just wanted to chit chat with you guys for a little bit.
Perfect. That saves us the awkward conversation of kicking you off.
Yeah, I can feel the awkward silence in this coming. At first.
We love you, Chris.
Congratulations, man.
Thanks, love you guys.
Stay up.
Glad you found Jesus. Congratulations. Bye.
All right, see ya.
When I was taking a leak, I tuned in and you guys were asking him a couple questions. Did you guys ask if anyone has given him any crap about this being sacrilegious at all or anything?
We didn't. I was going to.
Okay.
No,
I was going to go down that road, but I was.
I have not. I have not heard that from anyone or seen anything online. So I think they're done so well that it's really hard to for someone to have that kind of opinion on them. They're so beautiful, and
it wasn't like he made like a Jesus that was like a jacked like Arnold Schwarzenegger. It looks real cartoony and
or it wasn't some Cradle of Filth album cover or some shit or T-shirt that says Jesus is a.
I mean,
we have a smiling Jesus goes on the dashboard, right? The thumbs up.
Oh yeah,
no one's got a problem with that.
True.
That's
Buddy Jesus.
Buddy Jesus.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite flags. You're going down to the camping at the Electric Forest at that festival, and it's just it just says I saw that. That one always cracks me up. You know what I mean?
I like that one too.
My favorite one though was a quote from Thomas Jefferson, and it says, "Shoot fast and eat ass." I was like, that's my favorite one. Oh, I did learn, and I shared this with some people last night, but I want to share it with the listeners. All the flags, all the campsites and stuff, there was one, I didn't know what it was. Black and blue alternating lines, white line through the center, a little heart where the stars would be in that section. And I thought, man, I wonder what that flag is. So I Googled it, and that is the flag for leather friendly. It's a BDSM flag. And I thought, good for you guys. And I continually drove by their campsite trying to catch a peek, and they were never there. So
time he had a little more leather on.
Yeah, I just
maybe I'll
unzip
do
your
the
get
vest.
mask and say hello.
Yeah.
Happy Forest, zip. You know. So
They just didn't get the hint.
all right.
All right.
All right.
Are we next?
Thanks, UPS guy.
Thanks, UPS guy.
Boom.
Did you bring us anything from Arizona?
Yeah.
Bring us. Let's see it.
Arizona gives me a boner when I'm
Arizona,
alone.
bend you over and make you Mona.
Drinking a Corona.
Listening to my Sharona.
Boom.
I actually picked this up on the way. I stopped at a Meijer on the way up and found
One of
it.
our Myers,
Yeah,
huh?
one of your
Awesome.
Meijers,
yeah. Filthy son of a bitch.
Myers.
Myers.
Meyer. There's no S.
So I purchased one of the NECA blind box in hopes that I would get this guy or one of the select few that I didn't. I know that he and the female character have been kind of hard to purchase or hard to find, but I didn't find them. So I saw this Meyer actually had 3 of Xanatos, so I picked up one. Very cool. Almost have, I think I have everybody but the little green dude. Was that Bronx or Brooklyn or?
I guess Brooklyn, maybe.
Yeah, Brooklyn. So I still need Brooklyn.
Bronx is the dog.
Ah, yes. Still need Brooklyn and the girl, and I think I'd be good then.
The girl, Gargoyle or their friend?
The friend.
I think I just saw her the other day.
Yeah.
Out by me, there's actually quite a few of her.
Yeah.
These figures are really well done. I wanted to collect all of them. I got a couple of them, and I was just like, I just don't have a place for them. And that sucks because they're really, really cool.
Yeah, I wish I was more. I mean, actually, I'm glad that I'm not, but I do kind of wish I was more into these. I know that I watched it as a kid, a little bit, but the figures are fucking super well done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This was an after school cartoon for me. Like this was one that I remember actually getting into a little bit and enjoying, and I wanted to dip my toe in the water of this line, and I kept talking myself out of it.
They do take up some space.
Especially the gargoyles with them big wings.
Yeah. I've debated on getting those because of that. The big wings.
Yep. And he comes with Damona's wrapped wings.
Oh, okay.
So because for whatever reason they didn't have the initial versions coming with both, the displayed out wings and the wrapped up wings. So you get Damona's closed wings here.
Do you think that's what it is, or do you think they're just doing this so they're like, you have to buy this if you want those wings?
Yeah, it's a good sales tactic.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jade Russo says it looks like Steve in 1997.
So
Rick Jones says like sacrilegious, more like sack delicious.
Oh.
Big compliment for the D13 boys.
So this was my get on the way up here, and then an hour after I left, I saw the mail lady deliver my Savage Crucible Wave 2 all in. So I haven't got to look at those yet.
Yeah,
but they're at home waiting.
There was some toy drama I was able to snap from the Sav Crew world.
Mm-hmm. I saw some too.
That wave looks really good though. The pictures I've seen look really good.
It was my least excited for wave. The Piranha dudes were my favorite.
Yeah, what you really in it. Yeah.
All right. That all you got?
That's it.
All right. Anyone else?
Let my people go. Sorry.
Anyone else has toys?
I can go real quick while Pete's looking for a little bit of drama here.
This thing is badass.
Yep. Obviously, we've talked about this monster here. Steve broke it. And
yeah, didn't Steve break it?
Yep. Steve repaired it, and so now I was able to put on my Darla Ackerman cape. I'm going to have Steve do a little bit of posing with it, but I really love the colors on that, and it just looks great on him. I also did get the Will White leg extensions for this bad boy to make him just a little bit taller, and I'm going to give that a shot when I get a chance to heat him up. And if you are interested in those, I would say look up Will White. On the Cabal, he has been advertising them, but it's really just a cool little 3D printed part that you add on there that gives it just a little bit more height. And he's already a big beast.
He's a big Mahunga hater.
Yeah, but I saw that there was a chance to make him bigger.
Yeah, why not?
And I was like, why the fuck not? Plus, I absolutely love Billy Beige and look forward to seeing him again. So,
5 of them together.
Yeah. So I will throw those on there, and I'll probably post some pictures. But I gotta say this: if you're, I don't understand how you don't buy this toy. Like, it is just so amazing. The level of detail, the creepiness, you know, what they've done with these ogre bodies. I've just been really impressed. And it is an amazing figure. So go out there and get it.
I mean, the detail, and I really love the paintwork, especially on the horns. They're fantastic.
Like real.
Yeah.
They look real.
They look like they stink.
I'm sure they do. You good, Pete?
What?
Did you find
it's
the drama?
amazing. No, I could have swore I screenshotted it, but I've got so much going on I can't seem to find it.
Gotcha.
The drama?
Yeah.
I heard very loose ankles on the Wave 2 figures.
Oh no, this was like a called shot of, hey, this happened. It was a packaging issue, and apparently Savage Crucible said, yeah, it's somebody else's problem, and then turned off commenting, and that was kind of what it was alluding to was, and it sounded very Savage Crucible from what I've read and understood, but I can't seem to find it. I apologize, guys.
Loose ankles is one of the worst things that you could have in an action figure.
They're a bad thing to have when you're a human, let alone a fucking action figure.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. All right, so that's all I got. Brian, I'm sure you didn't come over here with toys.
No, I did not. I did pick up some.
His
McFarlane's from Bob got me
his
some
best toys
McFarlane's.
upstairs having lunch with your wife.
Yeah.
A set of toys.
Yeah.
And,
Yo.
Well, yeah, you have to complete the set. We're completionists here, Brian.
That's right.
You know.
Right.
You can't just get one.
No.
Although Bob picked me up some good figures.
Did he?
A few hard to get Supermans and Batmans. Yeah.
Oh,
I like
that
them.
Bobby's a good
He
guy.
He's a hunter. He goes,
Yeah.
you got this guy. I'm like, nope.
Mm-hmm.
Which put out there, I'm looking for a red cyborg. So if you guys
find one,
what a pain in the ass. You go there. Oh, we got 8 in stock. You go there. It's all 52 Superman, which is I like the figure. But
Yeah, but you don't need 8 of them.
They're not putting any of them out. They got the same exact number at Target. What a pain in the ass.
Peter, you ready to do this? You want me to start putting these bad boys up?
I got to be honest. What the hell are these glyco things? I have no idea what these things are.
Well,
You
guess
guys
what?
talk
We
about it
we,
for a
we
while?
got
Let's
two
find
experts. We got 2 experts in the room.
I wouldn't call me an expert. I just thought they were cute.
So
This motherfucker took over.
Yeah. So essentially, oh my God, would you stop already? You're already mixing brands. What the fuck are you doing? How am I supposed to- So
I might as well be doing it.
So
Jesus.
essentially, what it will you hand me one of those Geodraxis? That one. Thank you. So
The Geojaxis.
essentially, what the Glyos system is it's this pin system. So it's this proprietary system as the figures go together. So originally, and I'm not the historian by any stretch, but I know enough. So originally, this is it. So this is the Faden figure from O'Neill Design. This is Matt Doty's company. Matt Doty had the Travelers. They travel different universes. There's little comic strips and backstories to them. They all use the Glyos pin system. From that, other sculpts became available, and then other companies started coming out, getting permission from Matt to use the Glyos pin system. So now you've got O'Neill Design, which is the original, like the Geodraxis. This is spaced out.
Yeah.
These ones here are Cappy Space. They all use the Glyos pin system. And then what they started to do as companies would release figures, they'd release these really cool colorways. So then other companies would go, hey, I'm going to do a drop of my figures. Can I steal your colorway? So now you can basically get 5 different sculpts in matching figures that are interchangeable that all use the same colorways. And it's just kind of built from that. When the 4 Horsemen were looking at doing their figures, their Mythic Legions figures, the pop and swap aspect kind of comes from the Glyos has. They scaled everything up. Well, what Infinite Legions is a return to kind of that homage of, hey, you know what? We've done these big figures. Let's take these Glyos figures or figures. Infinite Legions ultimately will be figures from any other lines brought into the Mythic Legions universe. which is then there's homage to obviously the figures themselves, but then they also have the Glyos pin ports to be able to put the head on there as a hologram, and different stuff. So that's shortened, and it might not be totally correct, but it's close.
Yeah.
And Jeremy had been bringing bullshit Motu Glyos here forever, and I shit on them because they were Motu. I heard Matt Doty's story at Legion's Con last year, and it was kind of cool and inspirational. And I bought a Glyos because I thought it was neat. And now I have a few more than the one that I originally bought. And so yeah, now it's a thing. So
is it 1058?
I don't have 1058 yet. So
just random number.
Yeah,
It just popped in my head.
So so the Geodraxis sculpt and the Valgarian sculpt here, which I have 2 of those here. So those 2 colorways, that's spaced out design. That was their most recent drop that they just did a couple of weeks ago. This fade-in here, this, and I can't remember the name of this fucking cool ass guy.
Fat bastard right there.
Michelin Man.
Yeah, this. Oh, that's embarrassing.
You want me to throw any of those up?
Hello. Recording a podcast. What are you doing?
Should be a rule. You got to go on speakerphone.
All right.
My God.
All right, you two.
Yeah, Chris, I'm glad that Pete introduced
What?
me to Glyos too.
What?
Son of
Okay, love you. So inconvenient. This is actually a bunch of pieces put together in one figure.
This is
but
fucking cool.
that was from the most recent Onel drop, and then the rest of these are all from the most recent Cappy Space drop. The dragons, the Telodoc dragons, are a brand new sculpt, and we've seen releases of new colorways of traditional sculpts. This is one of the first new sculpts that I've seen since I've been collecting
Nice job,
Glyos.
Thank you.
And then I've
Smooth.
got matching Kraboths, which are little mini
Son of a bitch.
figures, also Glyos compatible, but they come in matching colorways to the figures and what have you. So yeah, so I got a pretty good haul, and then I also got this is a fade-in that I've been trying to track down. It was a guy had it for sale in the Glyos exchange. He also happened to have the Red Foot Clan to go with my Turtles collection.
Oh, dang.
Which I haven't opened yet. And he also happened to have that same figure, but in the Stormtrooper homage, which I picked up for Old Man Kyle. That was what I gave him last night.
Yeah, he got all excited.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then got home, had a package waiting for me from our trip. Well, I had a few packages, but I had one. My wife actually got me a custom fade-in off of eBay. And it's absolutely awesome. So that is that one. So that's a custom painted one, and I'm the only one that has it.
Nice.
So yeah, so it's a pretty cool Father's Day gift. But one of the so like all of these little mischievers, different heads, they come with turtle shells or spines to put on the back, and like I said, you can swap out the heads. There's bats and dragons and turtles and piranhas and all sorts of fun stuff. But, I mean, you realistically can pop off the dragon head and put it on there if you want to. And like I said, kind of mix and match and have some fun. And almost everything comes with spare stuff. So, I mean, you can look at these 2 sculpts, different colorways. They both have a different head. They both have a different arm. And then they both also have a standard left hand. So, it's a lot of fun. But you also, once your figures are together, you also just have bins and bins of parts. And, I can't even frickin' grab the damn things. Glyos pins, which basically, if you want to obviously put 2 female parts together, they come with pins. So I have 1,000 of these in all various colors, all over the place.
Basically scissors.
It's like a little double-headed dildo.
Pretty much.
That's what that is.
So yeah, I had a good haul this last run.
Yeah.
So how many do you have off the top of your head?
Conservatively, I've only been collecting since November of last year.
I say the previous because it was a.
Yep. So I bought my first one at Legion's Con in November, and I probably have
a problem.
If Bonnie Blue can say a number, you can too.
Conservatively, I have 180.
How much each?
What do they run?
20 minimum.
No, no, no. That's
$4
that's not
grand.
accurate.
10 minimum.
Yeah, the Kraboffs are cheaper than that.
Average is around $20.
Yeah, I would say you could. I could say you could say 15 to 18.
Safely say that.
Yeah, but I also have a couple that were 60. That because one of the big things about Glyos is they do the run. Hey guys, we're going on sale at 9:00 tonight. Get on. They're gone. They're just gone. They never make them again. But like this wave that just dropped, I think that was 107 or 109. So I mean, there's years of this stuff, and it's like I said, once if you don't buy it, it's secondary market. They don't re-release anything.
Last November, how long have they been making these?
Oh Jesus, 20 years?
Really?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah. Yep. This is because it was like 2009 or 2010, I think, when it started.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Dude, don't you remember
No,
you
it was
would get
earlier
one of
than
these
that.
out of the gumball machine? They've been making these a long time.
I mean, but they've been making small figures like that, but these are detailed. They're articulating, cool. And
they're cool.
Yeah, just the fact that you can just have these different companies, you can pop this dude's arm off and put it on, in his.
Well, and this colorway here, this black and yellow, these were leftover exclusives from the toy show a couple weeks ago. But the solid color ones they call them stowaways, and basically they get a bunch of these made and they just throw them in the packages. Yeah, that's cool. So that's typically with all the solid colored ones. If they have paint apps, they're typically bought. If they're solid, they do sell these too. But like I said, every one of these packages I opened up from Onell has a bonus in it of some type.
Chris Kelly also says he's got at least a Pontiac vibe into Glyos.
Now the homage ones, like the Stormtrooper and that. How did they get away? You're allowed to. I mean,
it doesn't look exactly.
I think it falls under like parody.
Because how the Four Horsemen got to do the He-Man and those. I mean,
it's an homage.
Because I was hoping with the Cosmic line, they might see some Star Wars stuff.
I have a setup.
Pretty tight on it.
Like I have all 4 turtles, Shredder, a Foot Soldier, and then the red. Like it's colored that way. Like you can look and go. Like he has a few He-Man ones. You can look, and if you know most, you're like, oh, that's Man at Arms, but it's not called that. It's not.
But that's nothing that crosses the line.
No, like I said, it's homage.
Holy shit, we have not even looked at Jeremy's toys yet. God.
Don't worry, I'll go quick.
He's got to get home to his fiance.
Oh, yep, Poverty Pete didn't bring toys. Fucking asshole didn't bring. Oh God, Poverty Pete brought toys. What a fucking asshole! I can't win.
I don't think you can call your.
I'm not
like my
even remotely
wives.
referencing you. I'm just like, holy shit, we still have his stuff.
I don't think Poverty Pete exists anymore.
Poverty Pete was a lie.
I just want to get in the vibe.
So I picked up the Battle for Eternia 4-pack. Not sure exactly what that means, but they're battling for Eternia, I guess. They're just warriors for each faction. So we have
this one here is called Money Grabbo.
This one's got your money again, bitch.
Got your bitch. I ain't scared. I knows what I am. So we got like a Paragon champion. That's what he's called. There's the Skella Knight figure, and they're basically just reusing parts, but giving them a new paint job and calling them a new figure. So.
See, but this is what I think is cool about the Origin line is, one, you get weird shit like this, but just like you guys love for these Glyos, you can pop these things off and create.
I was going to ask, are these interchangeable like that?
I have 20 or 22 of these sculpts.
Yeah.
I just bought 12 from Gabriel Barragan, and none of those are the same, and I don't have any of those 12. Jeez. So I'm not, I guess, probably the one to judge about buying the same thing repeatedly that just looks a little different.
You're going to have to buy one of them $500 books in 10 years that shows you all the ones. Jesus.
So yeah, this is the 4-pack. The other two are the Horde Revenant and the Pit Warden. So, I don't know, it's kind of neat. I'd be digging them.
See, and I like this because it's new. It's different.
Brand new figures.
Yeah.
You haven't seen anything like this before.
Could use some more scantily clad women, but
of course,
females.
Yeah, definitely no scantily clad women in this. But yeah, pretty cool 4-pack, and the display was pretty nice too. But yep, there you go. Neat, huh?
Yeah.
You all clamoring to get these?
Well, the weapons look like trash.
They are
Actually, I
all
like
one
the
solid.
green sword. I do
except
like.
that.
I think the right there, the Skeletor one. That's
Yeah.
got some detail to that.
It does.
So it was a 4-pack?
But all one color, but you could doll that up. Come on, it's on
No.
customizers now anyhow.
I can.
Was it exclusive to
You can
somewhere?
do it, Travis.
You can get it.
No
off,
interest in those, Steve?
Big Bad Toy Store
No.
right now.
Nope.
And then I got a couple of Turtles of Grayskull figures. This is Super Shredder.
As Serpentor.
Yeah, he's a snake dude. So if you like Shredder and him being super and a snake, ta-da!
The snake tail's cool.
Yeah.
I'll give it that.
Yeah. And then I got also King Hiss, which is, he's got foot soldier form. Pretty, some cool colors there. Fun. But the real magic is when you get into his other parts. And I think you just kind of, I don't know how to do this. I've only done it once, and it was the opposite way.
Poor girl.
That's not the first time you said that.
No.
This weekend.
Does this come off, or how do I do that?
The life of a rock star.
Yeah.
It all blurs together. 2 ways, 3 ways, 5 ways, whatever.
All the ways.
Yep. Some half ways.
Halfways, partials. Yeah, he's a big naked boy now. You can put other shit together, and
I'd hate to find out if
Put
you
this
designed
big
a line
ol'
like this,
head
Travis.
and-
The things you could put on them.
Oh, yeah.
So this is a Modulok figure?
yeah, this is Snakey-Lock. King Hissy-Lock.
And I imagine you could actually put that snake bottom half
Boom.
on him too, couldn't
Oh.
you?
That's an idea.
Oh yeah, you could swap it with
Yeah.
this guy. Yeah, let's do that. You're
Let's.
fucking smart.
I just
Guys are
like I said,
jerks.
I think that's
Guys
the
are
fun thing
assholes.
about
Jeremy,
the
get
line.
your toys out and Jesus Christ, hurry up.
Anyway.
Oh wow!
Boom. He just got totally snake-defied.
What?
What? So there you go. Ta-da! And look. Now Shredder has legs.
We all have problems when it comes to collecting, obviously.
But Jeremy,
On the other hand, he's buying this thing, which, like I said, I understand. But I'm like, that looks like a $5 toy, and he's also going, I'm buying that $200 Ghostbuster figure as well.
When we talk about
can't say
problems,
that I don't have variety in my collection.
But then 2000X He-Man from Mondo would be like, I don't know if I can afford that.
You don't love that
in
one
the
enough.
grand scheme of vices, sips whiskey once a month, enjoys weed every now and again, known to pop mushrooms, heroin daily. That's kind of how this whole thing plays out.
He's got to get some. I don't know what I want. I'm going to go find
need
some.
my fix.
Comes
I don't care what it is.
If you can put it in an orifice, man.
Yeah.
All right, it's vibe time.
No, I've one just real quick one. Mr. Russo sent us his latest question. Parents, watch your sexual history, or you watch the night you were conceived.
Parents
Well, my
watch my
parents are
sexual
dead,
history,
so-
I know this would be a little rough for a few of you.
or
based
I have
on
to
your-
watch me being conceived.
Parents, watch your sexual history, or you watch the night you were conceived.
I think I'll watch the night I was conceived. I'm sure it'll be missionary in the dark, and I won't see anything anyways.
My dad would be 10 minutes into my history and he'd high five me. I'm proud of you, son.
I wouldn't be able to surprise
My mom would be like, "You can do that?"
my mother with anything.
Because he had sex with his mom.
Wow.
Well,
Wow.
That got weird. That got real weird.
Yeah.
He hasn't denied it yet. He has not said it hasn't happened yet.
I had to check my memory banks. Yeah, no, ew.
But he
ew.
still hasn't said it hasn't happened.
Well, it didn't.
Okay, there it is. It
I
took
did,
him.
I did have a friend that I walked in on, but that's fine.
It wasn't the night you were conceived, though.
No, that's for a Travis Bears It All episode, maybe.
That'll be a fun one.
You still talking?
No, I would definitely would have made my mom watch me hump.
Could you? You imagine you bump into somebody you haven't seen in years? You know, hey, remember that Friday Night Football game that was awesome, Jeremy? Remember the one night I porked your mom and you walked in? Like, what a weird thing to say in the Walmart grocery section, you know? Dude, I haven't seen you since you cried the night I fucked your mom.
I guess I technically didn't see them in the throes of passion, but I opened the door and he did fly to the floor. He was fully clothed, but Nancy wasn't. Oh, Nancy
was antsy.
Yeah.
My parents could definitely watch my history.
Yeah.
I'm be like, I'm already pretty open, so.
I have never been so ashamed of a human being in my whole life, Travis.
Yeah.
And I watched the Subway Jared documentary.
Brian?
I don't even know what to say on that because I definitely don't want her to see the shit I did. But
you don't want to see.
No, I don't want to see that either. But I'm probably in the same boat as Steve. Yeah, it'd be dark. The old man, there's no romance there. He got the job done and got it
done. Hear the balls slapping and smelling.
Yeah, he wasn't like pulling shit off the nightstand and going at it or nothing. You know?
That's weird. She calls him daddy, too.
I mean,
Smack my ass.
My family has a history of sex and silence.
No huggers in that family.
Yeah.
No moaning.
No, you don't want to. It's a weakness to show that it's gratifying.
I learned what that term was last night.
His mother was probably reading while it was going on.
Yeah. While you were soaking. Justin?
While you were soaking, wasn't that that was a Tom Hanks Meg Ryan movie, wasn't it?
I'd spare my parents.
Yeah. It's nice, yeah.
Soakless in Seattle.
Cody?
I choose my history. Or, yeah, I would not want to see that. So.
You guys could deal with this shit.
Yeah, you guys could
I don't know.
But is your parents' video available? Like, mom got her gun belt on? Or, I mean, can I sign up for that?
I don't know.
And you don't want to know. All right. Thanks, Jane.
Hold out hope there's a VHS somewhere.
I do just want to say that Francisco said, Travis just saw a set of grocery store quarter toys, and then he bitches about the Motu turtles. So,
yep.
For the record.
Yep. By the way, it is a pool day. You guys are welcome to stay as long as you would like. I have not ran that by my wife yet, but
what's the worst that could happen?
Yeah, I am not wearing clothes. So it is way too hot for clothing. So if you're sticking around, that's where you're getting.
I saw your wiener too much last night. I'm out of here.
And he had his shorts on. He was just patterning all night. Like a guy who doesn't know how to concealed carry appropriately.
Yeah, he was
like, I know you've got a gun. I can see it.
I think he's got like a. You ever see? There's these things you can like put behind your balls.
Yeah, it pushes everything up.
Pushes everything out.
Yeah, that's my balls.
He's got a ball lifter.
Or he's just slightly turned on by us.
I thought that was
all the
my
time.
thighs.
All the time.
Yes.
You know, when
I noticed there was
you
some,
got fat legs, it just holds everything up there.
He's a shower and a
Yeah,
grower.
there was some talk about you having a semi-chub the whole night.
It seems like there was a lot of pickle gazing going on at the pool last night.
I can see your ridgeline, man.
Yeah, you can see you can see it.
Well, you have a.
You're welcome.
Travis has a tendency to stand.
You're
on
welcome
a chair.
to touch it, Matt Rodriguez.
Francisco says Stephen's family tree frowns upon any man that makes a woman cum.
There's really no physical reason for it.
And Cody killed the live, so it's time.
All right, let's go.
See ya.
Thanks, everybody.
Oh my gosh.